You are now witnessing the fourth live coverage of the In This Corner podcast. It's your boy Ty Finney, aka the Legend, aka CEO of the In This Corner podcast. Y'all know what the slogan is: no bullshit boxing. What's up, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. Today, I am covering the Dillian Whyte versus Jermaine Franklin card in the United Kingdom. I'm going to drop the link in the chat if anybody wants to join. So both guys are in the ring. Dillian Whyte just ran into the ring. So he looks like he's pumped for sure. So yeah, this is my fourth live coverage. I gave y'all my word that this is something I'm going to be adding to the channel. I'm going to try to cover as many fights that I can. Give me 1 second. Yeah, so Jermaine Franklin, he's from Michigan. He's 21 wins with 14 knockouts. So he's got a decent record. He's undefeated, and we know that Dillian Whyte doesn't have the best chin. So Dillian Whyte has a new trainer in Buddy McGirt. So I don't really know too much about Jermaine Franklin, but I was watching footage of him earlier, and it seems like he likes to get in close and like kind of push you on the ropes and fight you on the ropes. But when he gets into those scuffles, he loses his mouthpiece. So I was watching 2 different fights of him earlier, and in both of those fights he lost the mouthpiece. So. So this is a fight. 2 heavyweights. So I'm excited. I'm excited. The heavyweight division. You could always expect a banger. You know what I'm saying? So both guys in the center of the ring. You're face to face. Whyte's giving him an intense stare down, but Franklin isn't looking at him. So I may have a slower stream than everybody else, but for me, my last fight that I covered, like I said before, I was like 30 seconds behind everybody else. So round 1's just starting. 12-round fight. I hope Dillian Whyte, fights a lot better than he did against Tyson Fury, because, For those of you who don't know, Dylan Whyte didn't show up to none of the press conferences when he fought Tyson Fury. So, he didn't show up to the press conferences, because of the split, because of the purse, the split was like 80 to 20. And, Fury got, if I'm not mistaken, like 30 something million, or like 20, close to 30 million to 30 something million. And Whyte only got like 7, if I'm not mistaken. So, Whyte didn't show up to none of the press conferences, because he wasn't happy with the purse. So, to me, he didn't fight like he was hungry. He didn't fight like he wanted the belt. So, let's see what he's going to do tonight. Whyte landed a nice shot to the body. Franklin ran a shot to the body. Whyte landed a left hook on Franklin. So for me, I got 1 minute and 10 seconds left in the first round. Whyte's trying to go to the body. Got Lil King in the building. He says T Dunner. I think he's trying to say T Finney. Shout out from the UK. This is Martel, aka Cutthroat. What's up, bro? Big shout out to you, man. Thank you for coming on. Yeah, I know what you meant. T Finney. Thank you for coming on, bro. What you think about the fight so far? And who you got? Whyte doesn't have the best chin, so I'm scared he make it clip, but we'll see how it plays out. First round is over. Both guys were a little busy, so I can't really say who I give that one to, but both guys were active, so I'm expecting for a good fight for sure. They're showing the replay. Whyte landing a nice straight jab. Not Whyte. Jermaine landing a nice straight jab. Yeah, nice jab. Caught Whyte flush. Dylan Whyte landed a nice body shot, but it didn't seem like anything that was too effective. Like it didn't seem like it hurt Jermaine. So for me, round 2 is just starting. I may have some guys coming on to tune in with me, but I'm not sure. Dylan Whyte landed a shot to the body, like a little jab to the body. Another right hand to the body. And Dylan Whyte, he looks pretty big in there. I didn't catch what weight he's at, but he looks pretty big in there. Left hook by Whyte. Left hook by Frankie, but he missed. Nice body shot by Whyte. Couple jabs by Whyte to Franklin. Dylan White's throwing some big body shots, but Whyte shaking his head, like it's not phasing him. It don't seem like Franklin is trying to trade with him. It seems like he's trying to keep his composure, keep his distance. Body shot by Whyte. Jab to the body by Jermaine. Couple jabs thrown by Dylan Whyte. Both of them landed on Franklin. Jab to the body by Franklin. Yeah. Both guys just throwing, some straight jabs. Or Dylan Whyte, nice jab to the body from Dylan Whyte. Ooh. Like Dylan Whyte, threw like a nice jab and a hook, but it don't seem like it don't really hurt Franklin though. Franklin threw a lot of punches at the end of the round, but nothing that really hurt Dylan Whyte. Hey, Lil King, if you still in here, man, what you think about the fight? Yeah, Anthony Joshua sitting ringside. So for me, round 3 is just starting. Franklin jabbing to the body. Nice uppercut thrown by Dylan Whyte. Franklin throwing some big shots, but nothing really seemed like to hurt Whyte. It's showing the boxing of it is showing that Whyte landed 19 and Franklin's landed 19 and Whyte's only landed 6. Franklin threw a jab to the body, straight jab to the face. Yeah, it definitely seems like Jermaine is more busy in this round. Round 3, Jermaine's definitely more busy. Whyte threw 2 body shots, and Franklin blocked both of them. Whyte landed some big shots, pushed Franklin off of him. Uppercut by Whyte. Three-punch combination by Franklin. Jab to the body by Franklin. Dylan Whyte returns with 2 body shots of his own. 2 straight jabs by Franklin. Nothing really effective. Franklin jabbing to the body. Whyte returned fire to the body. Nothing effective. Yeah, I'm giving round 3. I'm definitely giving to Jermaine Franklin. He's been more busy. He's definitely more busy. Yeah, they traded in the pocket, but Franklin is definitely more busy. So round 3 is over. Yeah, I definitely give round 3 to Jermaine Franklin. Yeah, he coming, he coming to Whyte's backyard, and he's coming to Whyte's backyard, and he's taking it to him. So, Jermaine Franklin's doing his thing. Chris G in the building says, "Bro, I didn't get until later than usual." Big shout out to you, Chris. What's good, man? What's good? Like I said, if you want, come on, man. The link is in the chat, and plus I sent it to you if you want to jump on, bro. Round 4 starting. Whyte come out, swinging to the body. Chris G says, "I didn't get off. I meant, but yeah, man, I'm here, man. Appreciate you coming on, man. Appreciate you coming on for sure, man." So round 4, Chris G, we just got a round 4 just started. Wow, nice right hook by Jermaine, and it landed nice. But Dylan Whyte looks a lot bigger, like taller. He just looks big compared. He looks big compared to Franklin. I know Franklin he's a big guy. He's wide, but Whyte just looks like a giant in there also. Big right hook by Jermaine. But yeah, Chris G, man, that last fight with Worley and Gorman, man, that fight was a banger, even though it was only like 3 rounds. My guy up in here. Yo, G5 Jeff TV, aka G5, aka 5, aka the Gurus in the building.
What's up, bro? What's up with you?
What's up? What's up?
Hold on, I gotta. Hold on. Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Okay.
What's up with you?
Ain't nothing, man. Checking this fight out, bro. What you think about it so far?
I think Franklin is definitely staying busy. Yeah, I think I'm giving it to him. He coming to White's backyard. He's taking it to him. He looked to
Yeah,
me like the busier fighter.
we said it was going to be a good fight. We said Franklin was going to come in the fight, like
Right.
for sure. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
What we in? What round 4? 5. We in round 5.
You said what round you on?
Yeah, we on round 5, right?
Yeah, let me get it. We got a guy in here. Look at this. Chris G in the building.
Ow! Sorry.
What's up, bro?
Can you hear me?
That's Chris in the building, my boxing son.
Yep, he in
Yes,
there.
sir.
What's up with you, bro?
Can you hear me?
Yes,
Yeah.
sir.
Okay, perfect.
Yeah.
Dillian body work is looking good so far.
Yeah. You still heated off of what McGirt said?
Hell yeah, I'm still heated, bro.
I haven't even seen Dillian fight.
That means he's giving them general instructions, bro.
Yeah, like this replay, like Franklin landed a nice body shot.
Franklin got the faster hands, man, so he's gonna look flashy in there at times.
Yeah.
But Whyte is way bigger though, way bigger.
Yeah, that's what I said, man. He looks bigger in there. He look like a giant in there for sure.
What's your guys' scorecard right now?
I
It
got
looked
two.
like,
I got a 2-2.
yeah. It was showing the scorecard a while ago. It looked like they had it tied. So
Yeah, I got
yeah,
a 2-2.
okay. So yeah, round 5 is just starting for me.
Dillian looks slow though.
Yeah. And to me, man, sometimes he just look like he's sloppy too.
Yeah.
I just my bad. My thing is, I just hope he doesn't get caught with an uppercut.
Franklin not gonna hit him with the uppercut, bro. He's not gonna hit him with the uppercut. Trust me. Unlike Buddy McGirt, I did my homework, man. He's not gonna hit him with no uppercut.
But yeah, I was watching the fights you told me about with like Forrest. Like it seemed like when Franklin come in and get you on the road and be swinging, but like he lost his mouthpiece in both of those fights.
Exactly.
Yeah.
But to be honest with you, bro, I think Jerry Forrest and Rydell Booker got quicker hands than Dillian Whyte. So he's gonna have to literally walk. He's gonna have to walk Franklin down and use his size. He's not doing. He's going through the process right now, but I like what Franklin doing. What Franklin doing, but it's just
Franklin don't get to the body up. Yeah, he's trying to tear his body up, man.
Which is cool. Yeah, that's cool. But the thing about Dillian Whyte, he's gonna have to catch him in an exchange. And I don't know if Dillian Whyte's quick enough to catch him in an exchange. Franklin's been composed this whole fight, though. He hasn't been going balls to the wall. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Yeah, like now with Franklin on the road and Whyte saying that like he's trying to bring it to him now. But like you said, he does look a lot bigger, man. All right. Now Franklin reversed it. Now he got Whyte on the ropes.
So how's the body work of Dillian? I'm not watching the fight right now because I'm on my way home right now. I'm in the passenger seat, so I'm not driving or anything. But
okay. Dillian's body work is looking good right now. It's just he's still getting adjusted to that speed of Franklin right now.
Yeah, round 5, I'm giving it to Franklin for sure.
Yeah, I'm a little ahead of you, Legend. So I'm let you narrate the thing.
Okay. Yeah, I guess I just got a slower stream, like, because, all the fights that I covered, everybody was like one round ahead of me, like 30 seconds ahead of me.
No, you good. You good.
Yeah.
What I initially wanted to do was I wanted to watch the fight. I mean, because I left work kind of late today. What I wanted to do was watch the fight at the same time and like rewind it back, so I'm like almost even with Ty.
And the thing is, I had a DAZN app, so if it's a situation like where we ever wanted to just jump on the stream and we all just watch it together in real time, we can do that too. Even if it's like the next day or the day after, like that's something we all can just set up, and I'll put it on the stream, but we just won't be live, but it'll be up to 10 of us. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah, that'll be
fun. Cool.
That'll be some exclusive shit.
Yeah, for sure.
What you like about what you think about this Dillian Whyte like cross wing defense? This like he wiping windshield wipers, man.
Right? Yeah,
like he wiping windshields.
Man,
no, Franklin digging to the body, man. Franklin digging.
Yeah, that's what I was saying for round 5. So
yeah,
y'all think there could be an upset?
Yeah, I called it yesterday. I said it could be an upset. But you know why I said that, though.
Yeah.
This gonna end the controversy, bro. This gonna end it. I can see it coming. This gonna end in some type of controversy. Somebody's
And
gonna be
and it seems like that's what happens when Dylan White fights in some controversy, right?
somebody's gonna complain at the end of the fight. And the thing is, Franklin getting too brick. I can't speak too much, but Franklin getting a little too comfortable on the inside for me. Shots start to accumulate. You know what I'm saying? Got that big boy. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
What kind of shot was that? God damn. Dillian's crazy.
Hey, so do you think Franklin fights better when he in the center of the ring? You think he fight better like on the back foot on the ropes, or like if he gets you on the ropes? Like from what I'm saying, he's being active both ways though.
Yeah, he's the thing with Franklin is I'd rather him in the center of the ring because when he gets a guy on the ropes, he's too comfortable. He opens up.
Yeah.
And then he starts swinging for the fences and his chin in the air.
Yeah, that's what you're saying. Like I said, both fights, he lost that mouthpiece. Man.
Yeah, so you saying his chin was like this?
Yeah.
I'm not gonna lie, Dillian Whyte defense has been pretty good tonight. I'm not gonna lie. It's been pretty good, pretty solid.
Can you guys hear the music in the background in my car?
I did, like when you first came on.
I can't really hear it though.
Yeah, you can't really hear it, but when you first came on, it was bumping though. Round 6 for me, man. Round 6 is a tough one to call, man. They both active. You know, they both going. So
yeah.
I mean, it's probably gonna be late, but are you guys gonna be live for Regis Prograis?
We can jump. I
probably wasn't, but if Jeff decides,
I mean, because that fight, what time that fight gonna start?
That's probably like 11 or 10 or something like that.
I'm gonna hit Shane up and see what he doing because I ain't heard from him all day. See if we can work something out. But that's gonna be a good fight, though. That's gonna be a real good fight. Yo, I like what both guys are doing, man. I like what both guys are doing. It's really just what do you like, and are you giving Dillian Whyte credit for the defense he's playing, or do you think Franklin is really landing a lot of shots? Because Dillian Whyte is really rolling with a lot of shots. He's doing a lot of this, and he's rolling a lot of shots. Yeah. It almost looked like he started looking at some old George Foreman footage. He usually don't play defense like this.
Yeah, you're right. Because that's how George Foreman.
That's how George used to go like this.
Yeah, right.
He wouldn't move, but he would just be so active up top.
Yeah.
Actually, and you know what, legend Dillian Whyte would do great throwing an uppercut. Dillian Whyte needs to start throwing an uppercut.
If it was the last round or the round before, he landed a nice uppercut.
He need to throw more of them. Mm-hmm. Actually, if he throws more uppercuts, it's going to stop his guy from targeting him with uppercuts. Because he's going to keep his hands on. Yo, I'm not going to lie, man. I like what Dillian doing. I like what both guys are doing. It's a good fight.
Yeah, for sure.
You don't think Franklin they didn't talk about the uppercut in camp at all?
No, it's not, Chris G. It's not that. It's just when you're not. It's the type of uppercut that Dillian Whyte gets caught with. Dillian Whyte don't get caught with the traditional uppercut. He gets caught with the weird shit. You know what I'm saying? Like that Tyson Fury one from way outside. Like that was a weird uppercut. The Povetkin one was more like a 45 shot. The reason why I say Franklin is not going to catch Dillian Whyte with an uppercut is because the only time Franklin throws it is when he's too deep on the inside and he's smothering his work. So he's throwing an uppercut like this to kind of actually create separation, not even to really land it. So he's not going to throw anything creative that's going to catch Dillian Whyte.
Okay.
And the thing is, Franklin is quicker than Povetkin, and he's quicker than Tyson Fury, but it's just he has traditional shots. Dillian White's going to see the traditional shot. He's going to see the traditional uppercut. He's going to block that all day. You have to throw something awkward or unique in terms of an uppercut.
Out of the ordinary.
Yeah, to land it on Dillian White. I ain't gonna sit up here and disrespect Dillian White and be like he gonna get caught with any uppercut moving. You know what I mean? Like, nah, I ain't gonna do that to him. I ain't gonna do that to him. But I don't know, Legend. I don't know what you think. I don't see Buddy McGirt's imprint on this fight at all. It looked like Dillian White is in there figuring it out on his own.
Okay.
That's what it seemed like to me.
Yeah.
But I don't expect for a new trainer to come in and change a guy that's been fighting for this long.
Right.
I'm looking for little small things.
Yeah.
It's a good fight so far. It's a good fight.
Yeah. I'm giving round for me. I got 30 seconds left in round 7. I give this to Franklin from what I see.
Yeah, it's a close fight.
Mm.
But Dillian White usually does well with the smaller guys, though.
Mm. Yeah, that's what I was gonna say, man. He just couldn't get in there with Ferry, man. Ferry just too tall.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This is Dillian's type fight, though. He likes his type of fight, though.
Yeah.
He ain't got to find the guy. He can kind of just move at his own pace, mid-pace.
Yeah.
Yeah, see, Dillian White is blocking a lot of these shots, man.
Mm-hmm.
He's blocking a lot of these shots. Yeah, this cross chicken wing defense. He's been watching some old Foreman videos, or he been watching some old Tim Witherspoon videos, for sure.
So he ain't been using this kind of defense.
Not this much. This much. It's because he's doing a lot of this too.
Yeah,
he's doing a lot of this, and he's catching. So if Franklin's throwing a right hand, like you want to catch it on the side where the right hand is coming.
Right.
He's not even really doing it. He's like crossing across his face. Like usually Tim Witherspoon usually does that. Like, and see, this is what Whyte should be doing. Whyte should be leaning on him. He should be treating Franklin like Tyson Fury be treating people. Use his weight, use his size, lean on him. That's the one thing I don't see Dillian Whyte doing right now.
Yeah.
Another thing that's going on, Legend, is Dillian Whyte waiting. He just need to go at his chest, throw shots to his chest, work his way up, down, up. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. It's a stay busy fight. It's not like they're doing a lot of holding or nothing like that. And now the ref don't have to get in and keep breaking them out. I mean, they just going.
Oh, this my type of fight. This is my type of fight. Sure. And this is really just a matter of what you like. It's really a matter of what you like. Good shot. And nobody's really landed anything like super clean because it's give and take. Like they haven't thrown at the same time this whole time.
Yeah. Man, that's what I like, man. Sometimes, man, you hate those fights where the ref got keep jumping in, keep breaking them up, but they just going at it, man.
I'm a little bit ahead, but let me know if you think Jermaine Franklin getting tired.
Okay.
I might be like a minute ahead of you, maybe like a minute and a half.
All right. If he is, man, he's been active, so, and he's a big guy, so. And he's got like 10 knockouts, so I don't know how many 12 runners he's fought. I think when I watched those videos earlier, I think
they were 10s.
10 rounds.
They were
10 rounds, okay.
They were 10s.
Okay.
And Dillian got to start. He should have been leaning on Franklin early. Should have been leaning on him early. Because
Right.
somebody with them fast hands like that, you got to get them to slow down later on.
Mm.
I'm in. What round you in? You in 8?
Yeah, I got 20 seconds left.
Okay, yeah, round 9 just started for me, so I'm not that far behind. I'm not
Yeah.
that far ahead of you.
All right.
Dillian looks a lot better than I thought he was gonna look. Like he don't look punch drunk in there. Like his movement is pretty
Right.
fluid. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? His
Yeah.
movement is fluid. He's just slow though.
Yeah.
He has
I
no
would,
hand speed.
I would say that Franklin did tire at the very
You seen what I
end of
seen?
that at the end of that
You
round.
seen,
I would say he
I,
slowed down at the end of the
bro?
round though.
I pay attention to how they walk back to the corner.
Yeah, exactly. When he was walking, yeah, he
His
looked winded,
he
man. Yeah.
he looked like he needed a Coke
Yeah.
and a hot dog or something for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, Dillian Whyte, all he need to do, bro, is one jab to get him in close and just rip the body, 2-3 hooks straight to the body, and then just smother the work.
Mhm.
And he could do that the entire round and win the round and really negate what Franklin's doing, because all Franklin's really doing is throwing a jab and a flashy 1-2 counter shot.
Mhm.
Good hook over the top. It's a good fight, man. People may not. I don't know if the casuals are like this. It's a good fight.
It is, man. Yeah, Franklin came out busy for round 9.
If you notice, bro, I don't know if you noticed the first minute he's busy, and then you can see from after that 1 minute he's starting to go downward.
Okay.
In terms of the energy, the output.
Yeah, right. Yeah. He put
that first minute he's active. Yeah, that first minute he's super active.
Right.
I know it's based on what you like more, but what do you guys like more? Who do you think is winning?
I'm like a minute ahead. It is very tight. I have Dillian Whyte up by a point, but if you have it the other way, I'm not mad. I'm in round 9 right now.
Yeah, I'm at 9-2 with 1:40 left. So it's tough, man. It's tough.
Yeah, because I'm not the guy. I'm not the guy that's gonna. If you flurry for the last 10 seconds, I'm gonna give you the round. I'm not that guy.
Right.
Like I'm not that guy. There's too many people to judge rounds like that. Dude to be trash for 2 minutes and 45 seconds. He threw a flurry of punches the last 15 and they're giving him a round.
Right.
Mm-mm.
It's tough for me to call, Chris, man.
This is really what you.
I do like how what Whyte's not Whyte, but Frank is doing, man. I like what Frank is doing.
It's really what do you like? It's really what do you like? Because a lot of these shots that Franklin's throwing, Dillian Whyte is rolling with about 80% of these shots. He's rolling with them, and he's blocking a lot of these shots, but they look flashy though.
Right.
But Franklin is sound defensively as well. This is a tough one. This is a tough one. That's why I said this one gonna end in some controversy for sure. But if it go 12, however the decision go, I think both guys move on. Even if it's close, I think both guys move on. I'm in round 10 right now, bro. 2:35 left. Where you at?
Round 9 is just about to end. I'm like 5 seconds left. Yeah.
Okay.
Like
I'm about a little over a minute ahead of you, like between minute 30.
Okay. Well,
I guess I'm not like that kind of person either to give the round. Like if they make a flurry at the very end.
Yo, I hate that, bro.
I think I think I'm. What?
You know who does that, Chris? Vlog. vloggers see a Flurry the last 10 minutes. Yo, he stole the round. I be, bro.
Yeah. So that's what I guess that's why you said that, because
score every round for Ben.
Yeah, like that's why I don't.
Because Franklin just did that at the end of the round.
Yeah,
he got real busy.
Yeah, he got real busy. Like I see what he's doing. Like he busy the first minute, then the last like 30 seconds he's trying to flurry. In between is nothing.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, good shot. Yo, Dillian Whyte has the most awkward punch variety you're gonna find in the sport. His punches come from like every angle. And you have to be sound defensively against Dillian Whyte because he got awkward angles with his punches. Like just where's as Shane would say, his delivery mechanism. So I like what both guys is doing, man. I like what both guys is doing right now.
I think in a close fight, they're probably gonna give it to Dillian Whyte.
You would assume so, yeah.
Somebody just went across the stop sign.
But be careful out there, bro.
No, I'm in the passenger seat. But
still be careful.
Oh, yeah.
Tell the driver to be careful.
That's my brother.
Well, tell your brother I said be careful on the road.
He said be careful. No, it's the guy. It was so basically it was like a 3-way stop sign, and
somebody just jumped it.
Yeah, he just jumped it. Yeah, the dude was.
Yeah, he did a rolling stop.
Went ahead.
You know, a legend. This fight has been pretty clean.
Yeah.
This fight been. I thought watching the film, I thought this fight could potentially get dirty in terms of the good shot. Good shot.
Yeah, from what I seen a while ago, Whyte had him in the corner. He threw like a crazy uppercut.
Yeah, you seen that, Dre?
Yeah, big uppercut. Yeah,
I don't even know what to call that. That was a Street Fighter uppercut.
Yeah, that's the same. What you were saying, how Whyte had that, that style like George Foreman. That reminded me, like, I don't know if you ever played Fight Night, but like if you ever played Fight Night, they be going like this,
right?
Like that, yeah.
Yo, that's exactly what he's doing. But it's working for him because he's basically doing what he needs to do to negate the speed. This is what you do: jab, body shots, stay tall. You notice he's staying tall too.
Right.
He's staying tall.
Right.
He's walking Jermaine Franklin down, but it's not reckless. And then Franklin's holding his feet too.
Yeah.
If Franklin gave Dillian Whyte some angles, bro. But I said yesterday that Franklin is lazy when it comes down to giving angles. He's straight up at 12:30, man. Straight up and down. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
He don't give you no angles, none.
I think in a close fight, they're gonna give it to Dillian Whyte.
I would traditional thinking. I would say the same thing, Chris.
Yeah.
I would say the same thing.
They're gonna have it like 115, 113, 116, 112 probably.
But the thing is, bro, this is a legit 115, 113 fight so far.
Ooh.
You must have seen
Whyte had a nice shot at the end of the round.
You see that? Right.
Big shot.
Yeah, so I don't know.
Franklin was saying something to him too. Right?
Yeah. Laying on him. I like what Dillian Whyte's doing, man. This Franklin not an easy. This not no stay busy fight. No, this is a serious fight. Like Franklin's a good fighter, man. Like salute to Dillian Whyte for taking this fight. Because if I was controlling Dillian Whyte, I don't know if I'd have took this fight. Good shot.
Yeah. Man, that was a big shot at the end of that round, man.
Yeah, that was a nice flurry.
Ooh.
Yeah, Franklin getting tired, bro.
Yeah.
But I
Like I
think
said, I don't know if he's fought 12 rounds before. So
I
we
don't
are
think so. I
okay.
don't think
So
he's fought
so
12.
this is this is the deep waters for him.
Yeah, see, and I know he's getting tired because Dillian White is anticipating a lot of these shots. He's anticipating a lot of these shots. Because I gave Dillian White round 10. I gave him round 10.
Yeah,
Might make it for 11 and 12.
I'm in 11 right now.
yeah,
Um,
11. Yeah, I got 2 minutes. So
ooh,
2 minutes left in 11 for me.
and you know the main thing I'm looking at, Legend and Chris, is I'm looking at Dillian White's reaction time. Usually, when you're a shot fighter, you're not reacting to shots. The fact that he's reacting pretty well to a pretty quick-handed fighter,
Mm.
this is a good sign. This shows me he's not punch drunk or like, you know what I'm saying,
Yeah,
like ready to go. You know what I'm
yeah.
saying?
Yeah, it shows they both thrown over 500 punches. So this been a busy fight,
Yeah,
man.
it's a busy fight. Busy fight. I don't want the referee to take a point from either guy, man.
Yeah,
Let these guys go.
and that's good for heavyweights. You know that kind of punch output,
Yeah,
500 something. Yeah,
yeah.
yeah.
They just ended the 11th round for me.
Okay, yeah. I
Um,
got minute 20 seconds left.
in the 11th, how you got it?
Eat my chips, why don't you? I just got home.
I give it a draw, man. Like I have it a tie, man.
You got it a tie. Okay.
Yeah.
I got
I mean, they both busy. They both landed some shots, but it's it's tough, man. I mean,
yeah, I got a 6'5" Dillian White going into the
yeah,
12th.
okay.
I got a 6'5" Dillian White going into the 12th. So after your
But
11th
that
round,
last,
you should have some type of somebody should be ahead on your card.
yeah. But I did, like you said, I did give White that last round, man.
Yeah, I gave him 11 too.
Okay,
I got him 6'5" going into the 12th.
okay.
Yo, and the thing I don't like about these UK judges, yo, they give out 10-10 rounds, man. That's that vlog shit.
Mm.
I hate 10-10 rounds, yo. I'm like, there's not a round where both guys was just absolutely perfect and you couldn't figure out who had the better round.
Mm. Mm.
Like 10-10 should be illegal, bro.
Mm.
Even if you bias, pick one. You know what I'm saying?
Bro, that was a nasty uppercut.
You seen that? You seen that? Yeah.
Another one.
Dillian's starting to find his stride, man. Like it's just Franklin's throwing shots, but they're not effective. Like they're not really doing anything. They just look flashy. They look good. Yo, I think
Yeah, probably
Dillian
because
White,
he's a big dude and you know
yeah,
he's fast and everything. So
yeah. Dillian White just be creating shit as he
yeah,
go. Like, like his punches,
yeah, yeah, yeah.
he be throwing Donkey Kong punches. I'm trying to be like,
Yeah, I'm saying, man, he threw that uppercut, man, like a giant uppercut, man.
yeah,
Yeah,
that uppercut. He tried to take his head off with
yeah,
that uppercut.
yeah. Facts, man.
Good shot. Oh, good shot.
Boom.
They starting to exchange now. Franklin is dead tired, bro.
He just got hit and shook his head no. Boom.
Yeah, he did. He dead tired,
Oh.
bro.
Yeah,
Franklin's tired, bro. Dillian know
yeah.
it too. Ooh,
Oh.
ooh, ooh.
Ouch.
Yeah, ouch. Oh, good body shot. Franklin can't hurt Dillian White. That's the problem. What the fuck was that? Yo, Dillian White, he throw or whatever, bro.
Oh,
Yo, he. Oh! Ooh.
that was crazy, dude.
Ooh. Ooh.
Did you see him get stunned? He just stood there for like.
Yeah. Ooh. I ain't gonna say nothing because
Yeah,
Legend gotta
shoot.
get through.
Oh,
yeah. I got a minute 20 left, man.
Yo, he got a minute 20 left.
Bro, you're about to love this, dude. You're about to love this, dude.
Bro. I'll give you my scorecard after you get done.
All right.
Buddy's trying to make me look bad, man, because Dillian look halfway decent in this fight, man. I'm still not buying that bullshit.
Man.
Dillian White got through this fight by his goddamn self.
Is there a way to camera facing the other way?
Are you holding your phone straight up and down?
Yeah.
Turn it horizontal, not vertical. There you go.
No, I mean like I want it to be like pointing at the floor right now.
You want it pointing at the floor?
Yeah, because
Man. That's what y'all talking about. I see what y'all talking about now.
Yo.
Man, I'll give it to White.
I got White 7-5, man. I got White 7-5 to be keeping the bean with you. If they got it 115, 113, 116, 112 for Dillian White, man, I'm cool with either one. I don't see no draw, and I didn't see Franklin winning this fight.
Yeah, I give it to White.
Yo, White unloaded the last like 3 rounds, bro. So
yeah, he won. Yeah, he definitely won the later rounds for sure.
Dillian White right back. Dillian White is right back. If he gonna be fighting like this, but you see, if he would have fought defensively responsible like he did with this fight, he don't get caught with that bullshit uppercut from Tyson Fury. Right? You understand what I'm saying?
Dude, he threw it from like.
Yo, he threw that joint from the third row of the bleachers and landed that joint.
Dude,
Hey, and let me ask you this, man. Do you give any of that credit to anything that White did? Any credit to Buddy McGirt or not?
Hell no, I don't give no credit to Buddy McGirt, man. You ain't getting a pass from me, bro.
Yeah, White definitely got that last round, man.
Is this what's the decision? Oh, majority. Okay, the right person won. Oh, jeez. Didn't mean to spoil that. Oh, was that even spoiling? I said the right person won.
You fine, man.
Nah, you good, bro. You good.
Yeah.
Somebody had it 114 and draw. The other two had it 116, 112. I'm cool with that. So listen. So Legend, you mind if I explain something with Buddy McGirt, yo?
Go ahead.
So with Buddy McGirt, I don't like what he said. Right? I don't like what he said, and it was bullshit. The thing that I will say is somebody can also study their ass off and be trash at end game adjustments in between rounds. Buddy McGirt is very good at scheming along during a fight. He's gonna tell his guy the right thing, but it's not because he watched film. It's just because he knows boxing and he knows what he's seeing. So if he would have said what he said differently, I'd have been cool with it. But the fact that Dillian White looked this good kind of shows like he may not even have needed Buddy McGirt.
Facts.
Because nothing Dillian White did in this fight was like, yo, like this is not typical Dillian White. Like Buddy McGirt put his imprint on it.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. But yeah, this ain't the first time, we heard trainers say, crazy things, man. Like, everybody, the whole world was upset with Kenny Porter said about, Sean after the end of that Butler fight.
Kenny was dead wrong. Kenny was dead wrong for that too.
I know, man.
Because he didn't stop the fight because he honestly didn't think Sean could come back. He was in his feelings because he felt like his son wasn't listening to him the way he wanted him to. So he stopped. So it was almost like it was a punishment.
He said it like, oh, he didn't train like he was supposed to.
Yeah, like it was almost like a punishment.
Yeah.
Like,
we know that Porter was a workhorse, man. So
yeah, Kenny,
like you said, man, Kenny,
that was some. Listen, and I'm not saying it's a problem with him feeling that way. I had a problem with him saying it in front of the whole world. Mm-hmm. That's an in-house conversation. When you get in the crib and lock the door, that's the conversation that you have with your son. You don't have that conversation. You don't throw your kid underneath the bus for everybody to see. You don't do that. That was my problem with it. I usually don't have a problem with people's opinions. It's really when do you say it and how do you say it? Like that be my problem. You know what I'm saying? It's gonna be people gonna say Dillian Whyte look like trash, this, that, and the third. I'm willing to debate anybody about that, bro. Because I don't think people understood what Jermaine Franklin's bringing to the table. And exactly how Dillian Whyte fought this fight, that's exactly how you fight a guy like Jermaine Franklin. You land body shots, straight jabs, walk him down, stay tall, and try to get him later on in the fight. You seen the last 3-4 rounds of the fight, Jermaine Franklin, he was looking for the concession stands. You know what I'm saying? Wrestling with that big boy. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, he is big for sure, man.
Yeah, but see, that's what I'm saying. Somebody that don't a guy that's that big and don't use their size, man. Like, what's the point in you having it? Dillian Whyte used his size in this fight, man.
You're talking about Sebastian Fundora, dude. Never uses his size.
Well, see, that's the thing, though. See what Fundora, right? Fundora is just tall. So you're thinking jab, 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 stay on the outside, stay on the outside. The good thing about Fundora is usually a guy that tall, when they're in the inside, they're uncomfortable. And a lot of times they get beat by shorter dudes is not as talented. Guys are just going to come on the inside, just let their hands go. The thing about Fundora is he's more comfortable on the inside, but if he ever got in trouble and had to revert to just boxing, if Fundora, he can take a round off whenever he feels like it. If he ever gets hurt, he can take a round off just by staying on the outside and jabbing. And you can't get to him. That's what makes Fundora so dangerous. It's not because of the fact that he don't use his size. It's the fact that he's comfortable with the one thing that tall fighters are not comfortable with. And if he needs to take a break, he can just go on the outside, pot shot, jab, jab, jab. You know what I'm saying? Paul Williams was like that. Paul Williams was what, like 6'3"? Paul Williams was like 6'3".
Oh, yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So he's another one. Tommy Hearns, like later on in his career, he wasn't using his height and his reach like that. Like he was getting on the inside and he was letting it rip.
Yeah, you know freaking Fundora threw his uppercut from across the earth, dude, and landed it on that Hamed, I think that was his name.
Yeah.
He threw it like from so far away, dude.
Listen, this was a good fight. This was a good heavyweight fight. Like, it wasn't a great fight, but it wasn't a boring fight neither. This was a solid fight. Solid fight. Both guys came to fight. Good action. A lot of punches. But you could see both guys working their way through the fight strategically. You can see both guys. I just don't think Franklin. And I said midway through the fight, I said, you asked the question, Legend, yo, like, do you feel more comfortable with him in the center of the ring or him having a guy up on the ropes? And I said, bro, like, he should be in the middle of the ring, but he's too comfortable sitting in the pocket with Dillian Whyte because he's taking all them shots and he don't realize it. He's taking 6 shots, 2 of them to the shoulders, 1 of them to the elbow, 2 of them to the back. And he's thinking it's not doing nothing, but like 2-3 rounds later, his body started feeling it. So after like round 8, he started walking to the corner, and it was like,
he was tired, man.
Yeah, he was physically fatigued because of all that work that Dillian Whyte did, man. I'm kind of curious to see what people's opinion going to be of Dillian Whyte.
Yeah, they can't say they can't say he's whack or he's bad. This was a solid, great fight.
solid
Yeah,
fight,
he
solid
did,
fight.
yeah, he did good. I
that's
don't think he did great, but he did good. Like I think he's
Yeah,
like solid. Like
this
he's a good contender. I
hey
think.
Chris for a guy that ain't had no specific homework, man, he did pretty well. You know what I'm saying? He did pretty well. You got to think, hey Chris, you got to think about it. Like he went into this fight with traditional instructions, like just basic instructions. Like it's instructions that I can give or anybody else can give. Like you fight a smaller dude with hand speed. What Dillian Whyte did is what you would traditionally do. Jab, stay tall, walk him down, use your weight when you can, and just land wherever you can land and get to him later on. So Buddy didn't tell him anything that you find on film. But if you watch Jermaine Franklin, all his combinations landed with what? Right hand. Right hand. And he started getting to Franklin later on in the fight because he started throwing that hook over the top. He started throwing that hook over the top and he started throwing that uppercut. Remember I said middle of the fight, I said, yo, he'd be real good throwing that uppercut. And he started throwing the wild and crazy uppercuts.
Yeah.
It keeps your guys' hands home.
Dude,
You know
like,
what I'm saying?
As soon as round 12 started, dude, I just saw Franklin's head snap all the way up, dude.
Yeah.
Yeah, he landed a big shot in that 12th round. But like you said, Jeff, yeah, man, that uppercut, man. I don't know if it was round 9, but he had him in that corner. That uppercut, man, that was a monster uppercut, man.
Hey, Chris, his head looked like somebody asked him if he wanted an extra plate of food. He was like, yes, yes. He was like, yes. I was like, damn. Dillian Whyte throws a force, man. This was a solid fight, man. And I got a feeling, I don't know when the next time I'm going to talk to Vlog or Shane, but I'm pretty sure I'm going to argue with one of them too, because one of them two probably wasn't impressed with Dillian Whyte. But I said it was going 12. Yeah, I said it was going 12. Franklin's a tough fighter.
One of them had a Dillian Whyte losing.
Who had Dillian Whyte losing?
No, I'm just saying, like, you think maybe Vlog or Shane might have had
I said, listen, me and Legend was talking yesterday, and I said because of what Buddy McGirt said, I said it's going to be a close fight, and I said it's going 12. So we established that yesterday, and I said I didn't know what Dillian Whyte was going to show up, but I said Franklin got a shot, and he definitely had a shot. I think Franklin gave up them last. He definitely gave up. I think he gave up 10, 11, and 12. To be honest with you, he gave up 10, 11, and 12. Even if you didn't give him 10, you got to give him 11 and 12. You got to give Dillian 11 and 12. You can't give up the championship rounds.
You had it 115, 113. Is that what you said?
Yeah, I had it 115, 113. I had it 6'5". I had it 6'5" going into the 12th.
Are you serious?
I had it 6'5" going into the 12th. How'd you have it?
I mean, I only watched the back half. I didn't get to watch the
Okay. Yeah, I had a 6'5" going into the 12th. I had a 6'5" going into the 12th. To be honest with you, I could have had a 7'4" going into the 12th.
Oh, okay.
But I had a 6'5" going into the 12th. There was for me, the difference in the fight was the rounds that Dillian Whyte won. I felt like they won pretty clear. The ones that Franklin won, I can legit make an argument for Dillian Whyte for them rounds. Like they were really super tight. I just kind of like the flashiness that Jermaine Franklin was doing. But I think Franklin going forward, Franklin really needs to work on his feet, bro. He got nice hand speed, real nice hand speed. I like his punch combinations. He'll even sit down on his shots if he need to. The problem with Franklin is just where he's going to be. Like if you notice, he don't ever take a step he don't go to the left side of the street. He won't take a step to the right side of the street. He's straight in the middle of the street. He in the middle of both lanes. You know what I'm saying? He's straight in the middle of the street. And that's the problem. Because to be honest with you, all the difference in the world in this fight, if he's pivoting to the left or pivoting to the right against Dillian Whyte, he's making the bigger guy reset. If you notice watching this fight, he never made Dillian Whyte reset. All Dillian Whyte had to do was just come downhill. He didn't have to come downhill and make a turn on the corner. He was just downhill, and then he was able to get his shots off, and that was the difference in the fight. You gotta make Dillian Whyte reset, because if he turns him and makes him reset, Franklin probably can get 2-3 little punches off while he's trying to reset. He never forced them to do that. Never forced them to do that. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But overall, you think both guys' stock went up? Even Williams, not Williams.
Yeah. Franklin,
Oh,
yeah,
man.
both stocks went up. Both stocks went up. To be honest with you, I don't know who Jermaine Franklin is tied to in terms of promotion wise, but Jermaine Franklin can fight a couple guys at heavyweight and get those guys problems. He can get
Maybe
those
Josh,
guys problems.
you think if Joshua makes a comeback, you think he fights someone like that?
I think he can fight Dillian Whyte. He was in the crowd.
Oh,
Yeah, he was in the crowd. Eddie Hearn gonna make that in-house fight. Trust me, he's gonna make that in-house fight because they was talking about AJ versus Herkovich, which I think they need to stay away from because they looking at that Herkovich fight when he fought Big Bang Zhang, and they probably like what they saw, but Zhang a different dude. He's just a statue with legs. Like
I didn't catch that one, but a lot of people were saying they felt Zhang won.
I thought
They said he
Zhang
was
won the
just
fight,
so
too.
tired and so fatigued.
I thought Zhang won by like 1 round.
Yeah, I had Zhang by a round. But the only rounds I gave to Herkovich was because Zhang was so tired.
Yeah, that's what I heard.
Yeah,
that's what I heard, man.
If Zhang had 1 round more of like juice, he definitely would have won that fight.
Yeah, Zhang needed one of them 5-hour energy Jones, man, about round 7. He was that gas light definitely came on after like round 7, bro. I'm like, somebody get that man, get him to the fuel pump. He had great smoke coming out the tailpipe, man. He was done, bro.
Yeah,
for sure.
Yeah, so where do you think both guys go from here, man?
Jermaine Franklin's stock went up, bro. Like Franklin's stock did not go down.
He's gonna get more opportunity. He's gonna get more opportunity.
Yeah, he's gonna get more opportunities. So if he's on, I would say if he's on the PBC side of things, I'm not gonna lie. Like if they trying to get like Luis Ortiz back into the mix, Luis Ortiz, Jermaine Franklin would be a good fight. Even if Andy Ruiz is getting a fight, Jermaine Franklin, Andy Ruiz, that's a good fight as well. If he's staying on the other side of the street, I would say Jermaine Franklin, maybe
on the PBC side, you sure got guys like Jared Washington, but I don't know.
I'm about 240 something, man. I think I can step in there with Jermaine, like Gerald Washington, and get my shots in, bro. Real shit. I think I can get my shots in, bro. I don't care. I don't care if he's training with Malik Scott right now. I don't care about that. Like his chin is still, yeah.
Dude, I remember when he fought Kovnatsky, dude. All he did was take punches that entire fight, dude. He didn't even put his hands up, dude.
He remind me of remember that old Martin episode when he fought Tommy Hearns, man, and Tommy Hearns just hitting him, and Martin was just like,
yeah.
That's how Gerald Washington was against Kalnacki. Like it was crazy, man.
Yeah, his chin is so bad, man. His chin.
Yo, it's his bro. Listen, in his heavyweights, when you get caught with a shot, you get caught with a shot. It's his reaction to the shot. Because it's like you can get hit with a shot in the heavyweight division, right? And you could really, you could be affected by it for a couple seconds. So in the heavyweight division, it's your recovery time. It's your recovery time and your legs. Gerald Washington's legs be done, and then it causes his recovery time to be really, really, really long. Like really long. And that's the difference between a heavyweight that's going to survive and a heavyweight that's not going to survive. And I like Gerald Washington. It's just as a person, like I've heard interviews with him and all that. But really in the heavyweight division, the first question you ask is, can you take a shot?
You know,
Yeah.
Really what it comes down to. Can you take a shot?
I kind of made peace with the PBC side of the street. Well, not really peace. Kind of like I kind of accepted. I won't see most of the guys that fought recently until like 2024. I kind of made peace with that. I kind of like, yeah, I just kind of don't really worry about it anymore because I know that, I know not to go off topic or anything, but Jermall Charlo just announced that he's gonna fight in February, dude.
Yeah, I saw that too. Yeah.
And
They didn't announce who though, did they?
and then I'm like, he's gonna like fight somebody he's supposed to look bad and then not fight for another 2 years.
Yeah, he's gonna probably fight. I don't think he's gonna fight a name guy. He's probably gonna fight a tune-up since he's been inactive for so long.
I know.
That's what I'm thinking.
I mean, like I made peace with the. It looks like Jeff is a little busy.
But yeah, but hey, man, as far as when you were talking about Fundora earlier,
yeah,
I saw that it was ordered for him and Tony Harrison. Is that true?
Yeah, I think that is true. Him and Tony Harrison. But yeah, I mean, like
if that happens, man, I got Fundora, man. I don't. Tony Harrison ain't gonna have the gas tank for him, man.
You said Fundora and Tony Harrison.
Yeah, that's been ordered, right?
Yeah.
So if that does happen, I can't see Harrison hanging with Fundora. You know, Harrison fades in the later rounds.
Yeah, Tony has about a good. I'm gonna tell you how Tony can win that fight. Tony would have to find a round somewhere in the middle of the fight where he's literally taking the round off. Like he's literally getting his second win. The problem with Tony Harrison is so efficient offensively. He's working all the time. He don't understand, I gotta chill for this minute or this minute and a half because it's going to benefit me in the back half of the fight. If you notice, all of his losses is because late when he's gassed defensively, he's not sound at all. He's getting hit with everything up top. Because even in the second Charlo fight, he was dogging Charlo before he was dogging him.
Dude, he was winning that fight easily.
Yeah, he was. I had it very close going into. I think he got knocked out in the 11th.
Yeah, 11th.
But 10. I think 10 for 11.
10 for the 11th.
Yeah.
He was dogging. He was out now. Vlog would be pissed off that I said that because Charlo, that's his guy. I don't care about that. Like he was dogging Charlo. It was about like a good 4 rounds straight. Like he was literally walking Charlo down. He was dogging him. And he just got hit with a shot because he was walking straight in. He was walking straight in, bro. When he was dogging him, he was walking straight in, but he kept his hands up here. When he got caught with the shot, he was walking in the same way, tall, but his hands was here. The difference between your hands being here and your hands being here when you trying to walk a guy down, because they're not gonna. Because if your guy is backing up, you're walking a guy down. More than likely, they're not gonna land. They're not gonna have that oomph on a body shot. They're gonna throw something to keep them off you. They're not gonna have their weight on the shot backing up. So the only thing they can really land while they're backing up is if they stop, plant their feet, and throw some type of a hook over the top. That's the only thing you can really get hit with when you're the taller guy and you're walking straight in. You know what I'm saying? That hook over the top, something over the top is the thing that can catch you. You know what I'm saying? That's the thing that can catch you. And that's what Mel caught him with. But Tony Harrison is a problem. If he can find that round in the middle rounds where he get his second win and then just keep it boxing, Tony Harrison got a shot. But traditional thinking, I'm thinking Fundora gets him up out of there like very, very late. But you got to be careful with Fundora too, man, because he took a lot of punishment in that Lubin fight, even though he won that fight. Lubin went in there. The problem with Lubin is Lubin decided he wasn't going to move his feet. Maybe about 3rd, 4th round in that fight, he was just like, I'm going to plant my feet and we going to stand here and we going to scrap.
Yep. Fundora went down hard.
Yeah.
Yeah, he went down. Yeah.
Yeah, he went down real hard. But the thing about that is he like Lubin, it was Lubin's fight to have. And the thing with Fundora, it's hard to it's hard to make Fundora reset because he's so long, he's never really out of position. Like he's so long, like you know what I'm saying. And then on the inside, he keep his shots short. For a guy with such long arms, like his, you would think he's throwing shots wide like this. A lot of his shots is this. He's just compact. You know what I'm saying? Like nothing's really wide from him.
I'm pretty sure he's got like 85-inch reach. I'm pretty sure
his reach is crazy, but the way he uses the reach, it's the way he uses the reach. So he's literally walking. He don't necessarily walk guys down. He just gets to his range where he can get a lot of his shots off, and then you have to be risky to get your shots off. If you notice with Lubin, a lot of Lubin's shots, he was landing a lot of shots. He had to leap. He was coming off his feet.
Yep.
And I don't know if y'all remember, but it was an old B-Hop fight when he fought Kelly Pavlik in like the first like 2-3 rounds. B-Hop for some reason was throwing these lead left hooks where he was leaping off his feet, kind of like Roy Jones.
Wait,
and brother Nazim told him after like the second, third round, he said, I don't want you leaping. He said, I don't want you throwing no leaping hooks, man. I want you pacing them shots. He said, I want you pacing them shots. And when you pacing them shots, you got to pace them because later on in the fight, all that leaping off your feet and all that takes energy. It's a certain burst you got to have to leap, to throw a leaping left hook. You know what I'm saying? You throw those after a while and your guy is landing some shots, your energy is going to slowly go down, down, down. You understand what I'm saying? Yeah. So he can't, anybody that fights Fundora, you can have success offensively, but if you're throwing a lot of leaping shots and you're throwing explosive shots, if Fundora can survive those shots in the early rounds, man, he's going to have your ass in the back half. He's going to have your ass in the back half.
Can I mention something, guys? John Ryder and versus Parker just finished.
It just finished?
Yeah, I think so. And can I tell you guys the winner?
Go ahead.
John Ryder by 4th round stoppage.
Wow.
By stoppage.
But it was like he gave up in the corner. I want to say it was an injury. I can't tell.
Oh, it was an injury.
But it says 4th round referee technical decision. So that means they gave up in the corner.
Wow. That was the Canelo sweepstakes anyway. I really wasn't paying it. I liked the fight, but I thought the winner of that fight was going to get Canelo anyway in May. But hey Chris, I said John Ryder about 2 months ago. I forgot what episode, but I literally said John Ryder like 2 months ago for Canelo.
On the scorecards, it looked like Parker was winning every single round.
He probably got injured then. He probably got
injured. It was like 10-9, 10-9, 10-9, and then the round that he gave up in was 9-10.
Yeah, so it might have been an injury, which means Zach Parker and them probably gonna want to run it back, and Ryder and them probably gonna be like, "Nah, we ain't running nothing back." You know what I'm saying? Yeah. But you can expect Canelo and Ryder May 2023. Actually, you know what they said? Canelo may not come back to like September. But whenever he comes back,
fight though. From what I've seen,
whenever he comes back, I'm gonna tell y'all what Canelo gonna do. Canelo's gonna fight John Ryder. He's gonna fight John Ryder at 68. That's gonna be his tune-up fight. That's the one that everybody gonna let him get. Then he's gonna, in order to not fight Benavidez, he's gonna act like he wants to fight Bivol again to avoid the Benavidez fight.
Well, that's assuming Benavidez gets through Plant.
I think Benavidez gets through Plant, but I'm gonna tell you, I'm gonna tell you why though. And listen, Plant looked good. Plant looked good against Benavidez. I mean, Plant looked good against Durrell. But when he fights Benavidez, the thing with Benavidez is he's not used to anything coming back at him. He's just used to walk him down. He gets his shots off. Reset, walk him down, get his shots off. That's what he's used to. You have to keep Benavidez busy. And the thing with Plant, I can see Plant letting Benavidez get 7, 8 shots off, and he's throwing like 2 little cute counters, and he's trying to keep it moving. That's not going to be enough to. That's not going to be enough against Benavidez. Plant is going to have to try to back Benavidez up at some point during this fight, and he's going to have to hold his feet and throw in between the Benavidez shots. Benavidez throws in 5s and 6s. Benavidez don't know how to throw in 2s and 3s. So Plant, when he counters, Plant needs to, like, no pun intended, he needs to literally like plant his feet and really rip 2 or 3 good shots. He's not going to outpunch David Benavidez. For every 6 shots that David Benavidez throws, Plant needs to throw at least 3, but they need to be hard shots. None of that cute counterpuncher shit he was doing against Canelo. Like, he needs to plant his feet and rip.
Well, here's the thing: that Plant conserves his energy. He gasses out in the second half in almost every fight he's ever been in.
Yeah, well, the thing with Plant is nobody's ever really pushed Plant either, even though you just said that. So that's kind of concerning. But with Plant moves too much. But if you notice in the Darrell fight, he didn't move that much.
He didn't move that much at all.
He didn't move that much at all. But that's Breadman though.
He didn't look
Breadman.
Yeah, he didn't look like he gassed out in the Darrell fight.
But that's because he wasn't moving that much.
Yeah.
He wasn't moving that much. Breadman, his style is to be defensively responsible, to make sure you're in range to make a guy pay for their mistakes. That's how Breadman operates, because that's what made when J-Rock is on top of his game, he's a very hard dude to check. He's an extremely hard dude to check because he will hit you all day long and you can't really hit him, and he's not really moving that much. So I could tell with Breadman working with Plant, Breadman minimize the movement, because if you do a lot of unnecessary movement, you tiring yourself out. That's why Plant, like, later on in fights, he just don't look the same. I don't say he's like gas, but he's just he just don't look the same. You know what I'm saying? But he gonna have to land something on Benavidez early, like first 2 rounds, land something big to let him know, like,
I'm there.
It ain't gonna be no bullying tonight. That's the main. Forget the technical stuff and all that. That's probably the biggest factor in the fight. If Plant lets Benavidez know early, we ain't playing this bullying shit. Not tonight. We not playing this shit tonight. And then if he can establish that within the first 2 to 3 rounds, and now we're just talking skill for skill, Plant got a shot. Because mind you, Plant is just as skilled as Benavidez. It's just Benavidez has welterweight type physical skills, hand speed, punch variety, just the amount of punches that he throws. And then he's Benavidez is one of the best in the sport at actually closing the distance without really doing that much. Like, he'll throw like a half a jab and get like a whole step on you. He did that against Darrell. You know what I'm saying?
What was it? He threw like the most punches he threw in the fight was actually the last couple rounds against Ellis, if you remember that. He threw like, I forgot what.
Hey, I'll be right back.
Okay.
He landed like 70, 80 punches in round 11 or round. I think it was like round 11. He threw more punches in round 11 than he did 10, 9, and 8, I think. And so, like, I don't think his gas tank is an issue. The only time I actually seen Benavidez have a gas tank issue is when he couldn't make weight for the Angulo fight.
Yeah.
That was the only fight where he kind of gassed a little bit. He ended up winning, though. He still threw a bunch of combos, but you can tell he was tired in the second half of that fight. But that was literally the only time I've ever seen him tired.
Yeah. So it's going to be interesting. It's a real interesting fight, bro.
I'm actually nervous about it. I'm really nervous about it. Like, I actually got really nervous about it.
I wouldn't even be nervous about it. It's just a good fight. It's just a good fight. Bless you. It's just a good fight, man. Like, it's, you know, when you look at Benavidez, like, Benavidez, I think the most competitive fight Benavidez has been in is actually the Ronald Gavril fight. That's the one, and I'm talking the first fight. even though he was sick or something, right?
Yeah, he had the flu before the fight, and he also
Yeah,
his family members died during camp.
yeah. So Ronald Gavril is a TMT guy, but Ronald Gavril is really basic, very basic. Just the traditional. He almost had a European type style, but everything was basic, straight down the middle. Nothing flashy.
I'm surprised
He's
people didn't
coming
pick him.
to straight to your chest, coming straight to your chest. You know what I mean?
Did you hear what I said?
What'd you say?
I said I'm surprised Canelo didn't pick him.
I listen. If Canelo may still pick him, he still may find Ronald Gavril and get a fight with him. I'm
Yeah.
telling Canelo's days are numbered. His days are numbered.
Canelo said he's gonna box till he's 37.
He gonna have a couple more losses. He gonna have a couple more. You gotta think about it, yo. And I'm a Canelo fan. I don't want for people to think I'm not a Canelo fan. But the thing about it, at 168, he has all them belts. If Benavidez beats Plant, it's nowhere for him to run to. He's gonna have to see that man or drop a belt. You know what I'm saying?
I think he's probably gonna drop it, dude.
He's gonna drop the belt. I don't ever see Canelo fighting David Benavidez. But then when he goes up to 75, he's too small for 75. He's too small for 75. So what's gonna happen is he try to see the Bivol fight again. It's gonna be the same thing. It's just gonna be worse. It's gonna be worse. It's just a bad style matchup for him. Canelo within how old is Canelo right now?
32.
32 within the next. If he's gonna fight until 37, he got at least 3 losses coming.
I think what was it? I think what would have happened if Benavidez didn't lose the WBC belt. What I think is Canelo would be the 3-belt champion, and or his followers would say, "What does Benavidez have to offer?" Even if he had the WBC belt, he would be like, "What does he have to offer? The other guys were better." And then I think he would have gotten the Andre treatment. I think if Benavidez still had the belt.
Yeah. That's the thing. Like, and you know, Chris, you know the thing that frustrates me, bro. We was Legend and I was kind of talking about this. Like, it's okay for a fighter to be like, yo, like, I don't like that fight. Like, or there's more fight, there's other fights I'm interested in. Like, I'm going in a different direction. Like, it's okay. Like, it's okay to say that. Like, he had multiple reasons, like belt wise, why he should have fought Andre. But he just came up with every little excuse in the book. Benavidez, he has this whole I don't want to fight Mexican. Like it's always some type of an elaborate excuse.
Well, actually, I'll actually defend Canelo on that one. He said, "I prefer not to fight my countrymen, but if I have to, I will." But Benavidez is actually his mom's from Ecuador and his dad's from Mexico, and then he was born in the United States. So he's actually Mexican, Ecuadorian, American. So he's actually only half. So I wouldn't consider him like a full countryman, even though I guess he identifies as it. Mike Tyson called him the Mexican monster. But
I feel like that's a comment he should have just you keep that at the house. Like because even if he feels that way, like you know how the media is.
Yep. Oh, you're ducking this guy because of that.
Yeah, like and the thing is, and I'm like, to be honest with you, I think Canelo will jump in the ring with anybody. I think he got that type of heart. It's just there's obviously some styles that they don't like for Canelo, and that's Reynoso. There's some styles that they do not like for Canelo, which is fine. That's cool. Just say, hey, I know Benavidez is here. I know his rank. I know he's a mandatory, but I'm going over here with it, and there ain't nothing none of y'all can do about it. I'll be cool with that. Like, except for him saying, oh, I don't want to fight my countrymen, this, that, and the third. I bet you this. If Benavidez was the one that had 3 of the 4 belts and he was trying to unify, I bet you see him then.
Yep.
So that's what I'm saying. Like, I don't understand why these boxers be coming up with these crazy behind excuses when they could just keep it basic and keep it simple. Like, who's gonna say something to Canelo? He done fought everybody.
I mean, I think Benavidez has more reach and more height than Bivol.
But the thing is though, Canelo would have more opportunities to have success offensively against Benavidez than he would Bivol.
That's true.
Bivol is a very difficult guy to check. He's a
Well,
very difficult guy to check because Benavidez throws so many shots at one time. Canelo can really sit and rip some hooks
hooks
and,
to the
and
body.
really rips hooks to the body. To be honest with you, surprisingly, though, that straight body shot he could throw some 45 shots to the body and get the Benavidez as well, but he's going to throw anything over the top. It's going to have to be looping. You know what I'm saying? It's going to
Yeah,
have to be looping over the top.
and I
So,
think they picked Bivol because of how Bivol hasn't really been looking that great. And when he fought Richards, he didn't look that
bro,
great.
that was a dumbass decision. Like I'm on camera saying this. Me and Shane was on. We was like, if it wasn't for the judges, I'd have took out my 401k plan and bet on Bivol, bro.
You know,
That's how confident I was.
well, here's the thing. You know, if Canelo makes it an 8-4 fight with Bivol, for example, like a legit 8-4 fight, he's winning the fight. Like even what I mean is like if Bivol deserves the win 8-4, they're gonna give it to Canelo.
Yeah, listen. Canelo only has to win 3 rounds to win that fight against Bivol on the cards. Like if Bivol don't win 9 rounds, he's not winning a decision against Canelo because they tried to rob him the first time.
They did. They had it 115, 113, dude. I had it 10-2.
I literally had it 11-1.
I had it 10-2. And I think I would not argue with someone if they had it 11-1 or even 12-0, dude.
Yeah, Canelo got mopped in that fight. He got mopped. For somebody that's a pound for pound guy, I ain't seen a pound for pound guy get mopped like that.
Well,
wow.
To be fair, Bivol is also the best defensive fighter right now.
He's the most efficient fighter in the sport. Just straight up and down. Just offensively, defensively, he's the most efficient fighter in the sport. Hands down. Like if you watch him fight fundamentally, like if you had to show a kid how to fight, like technically, that's the guy that you show. You know what I'm saying? That's the guy that you show.
I'm trying to teach everyone how to fight like Benavidez, dude. I just hope Benavidez gets through Plant because I'm gonna probably pull up for that fight like for real. Like I think my mom really wants to see that live too, so I'm gonna just try to get the best tickets I can and show up over there. And I just don't want to have a devastating night, you know.
Do you think what he did to Lemieux? Did you expect that?
No, I actually did. I thought it was gonna go 6.
Yeah, I was. I mean,
freaking, like, Jeff, you're the one that said it was gonna go 6, Jeff.
Like, let's go back. Like, we can go back to Lemieux and Triple G. I thought that would have been a competitive one, but man, Triple G put that work on Lemieux, man.
Well, here's the thing. Lemieux was on a decent streak. He was cooking for a while, actually. I think he looked decent his last few fights. And he was only 32, 33 when he fought Benavidez. So I actually was a little surprised that he retired. But I mean, he took shot after shot after shot. Yeah. They could have easily stopped it in that first round, to be honest with you.
Lemieux has a respectable career, but just later on in his career is just he was just known for a guy that he could land a big shot.
Yeah, he just had
outside of that, he just had a lot of power. Outside of that, he really didn't bring much else to the table. So
he wasn't very good defensively.
He was
horrible.
He was the size of a 154 guy, but he could barely make 160. He actually he got really sick trying to make 160. That's why he moved to 168. Like he could no longer make 160. That's the whole reason why he moved to 168. Even though he's like 5'9", they say he was hospitalized for the last fight. He tried to make 160.
Yeah, and that's the thing. Like you can get caught in between weights and really be in a bad spot if you're not skilled.
Yeah, if there was a 164 division, I think he probably
he would be the man at 164. He would be the man at 164. But that's what I'm saying though. Like to be honest with you, Canelo's kind of in the same spot.
Yep,
he's too small for 175.
I think he's too small for 168. If he fought,
he's too small for 168, and I'm talking height wise. He's too
and
small
reach
for
and reach.
168 and reach because people they give him credit for the Kovalev fight. Okay, cool, but I'm like, I had Kovalev winning that fight.
I had Kovalev. I had it 95-95 on the scorecard. Even one of
Yeah,
the judges did. One of the judges didn't even have Canelo winning that fight.
yeah, they had him down in that fight. I like Kovalev was winning that fight off of movement and a jab. I don't think he threw a hook the whole fight, a meaningful hook,
And
the
then
whole fight.
Canelo had a hard time getting in the whole time.
Yeah, like Kovalev still has a top level jab.
And even the
At that
comments
time.
are like, when is he gonna go in fourth gear? I'm still waiting for third gear.
Yeah, but that's the thing though, bro. Like he's the thing about it, bro, is with Canelo, he has a problem with a guy that's consistently throwing a jab out. That's his issue. Because the thing is, when you're dealing with a guy like Canelo defensively, everything he don't move from the waist down, nothing moves. Everything is from the waist up. So he's doing a lot of this.
Mm-hmm.
He's doing a lot of this. But I tell Shane this all the time. All that side to side movement, I'm like, in order for you to cross the street, you still got to go through the middle to cross the street. So when you going like this, you doing all of this, you trying to get low, your jab is here. Your jab is straight. You know what I'm saying? So if you're bouncing from side to side, you still got to run into that jab. That's why you take like a Sean Porter. Like when Sean Porter fought like Danny Garcia, he was doing all this, moving around, boom, 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 boom. All Danny was doing was just playing his feet and just throwing a hook straight down the middle. Sean was running right into that shit all night.
I still thought that Sean won that fight when I watched.
But the thing is, Sean won that fight off of activity. I could literally make a highlight reel video of the shots Danny was landing on Sean. That's why I said Sean
was eating them things though, man.
Sean, he was definitely eating them. But the thing about it is Sean has had the most, and this probably gonna sound like a disrespectful comment, or I don't fuck with Sean, but I do. Like Sean has won the most fights I've seen out of a fighter without landing a lot of clean shots.
Activity, purely on
He's won the majority of his fights strictly off of activity. The last time I seen him, I would say it may be like 5 fights where I was just like, yo, like he really offensively put in some work.
You know, actually, I thought Ugas clearly beat Sean Porter.
I thought Ugas won too.
I thought he beat Spence by a point, and then
I thought so too.
And I thought he was down. I thought Crawford was down on the cards with him before the stoppage. I
thought he beat Spence by a point, which I'm in the minority on that.
Me too.
But I thought he beat Danny Garcia, but Danny Garcia gave away that fight because outside of them big shots, he did absolutely nothing to keep himself looking busy. So he allowed Sean Porter to steal those rounds where Danny's landed 7, 8 really, really hard shots.
You know,
Sean's working the entire round. You know
I think officially Crawford was down on one of the cards. Actually,
he was, but Sean's style is difficult to deal with. You have to give Sean angles to get your clean shots off. If you notice the shots that Terrence Crawford landed to get the knockdowns, he was able to get. So Sean's doing all of this, right? But his movement is straight. Like all of this is kind of like a mirage. So he's doing a bunch of this, but he's walking forward. Like he's still walking straight. It's still 12:30, but his hands and his upper body is doing this, but he's walking straight. So what happened is when Terrence Crawford got his right foot on the opposite side of Sean and he threw that left kind of like uppercut, it landed clean. If you notice, the shot that Terrence Crawford landed, his hand landed and it landed here. Terrence Crawford was on the side of him. Sean Porter was still moving forward like this. So when he caught the shot, he caught it like this and then just fell. Terrence Crawford completely turned him because he wasn't, you know what I'm saying? He didn't buy into the mirage. Like he's still moving straight. And Sean can't do 2 things at once. That's why I felt like Ugas won the fight. Remember, he was doing all that cute moving around and all that. I was just like, Ugas was catching him because when Sean was moving, Sean's just moving. Like he can move and punch at the same time. Like so when he's on the outside and he just, he's doing this during that fight against Ugas knew that Sean wasn't gonna throw. Sean had to stop moving, really plant his feet, and then start working. So even though he was doing all that moving, like Ugas had the timing down. Sean ain't laying nothing. Sean ain't laying nothing clean in that fight against Ugas. Nothing clean. He ain't laying nothing clean. He ain't laying much clean against Danny. He wins a lot of his fights off of activity. The two.
I thought he landed pretty cleanly on Spence, though.
Those are only two fights. Those are only two fights where he really landed clean. Spence fight and the Paulie fight. Those two fights are the
dude,
fights
what he did to Paulie was hilarious, dude.
Yeah, he mauled Paulie.
I like Paulie. I like what he's doing for the sport and commentating and giving his his analyzing the fight. But when he was a boxer, dude, it was just kind of funny to see what guys would do to.
But the thing is, like, I gave Paulie credit, like a lot of credit for his career, because when you walking into the ring against somebody and your opponent knows you can't do nothing to hurt him, he was actually able to accomplish a lot for a guy that's like had no punching power at all. Like, so he really did a good job, because a lot of those guys get mopped in the sport. A lot of those guys get mopped.
Do you feel that way about Fulton?
Cool Boy.
Fulton's,
yeah, I mean,
Cool Boy, he got enough pop to where you can't just run up on him. That's so I think I would compare his power similar to like a Devin Haney's. Devin Haney don't have like devastating power or anything like that. But the thing about Devin Haney has enough power
to keep you honest.
Keep you honest. And that's why I argue with Vlog all the time. Because he'll give Devin Haney all the credit in the world for boxing, but then he doesn't like Caleb Plant and he'll call him pillow hands. I'm like, bro, they're similar. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like they're similar. Like they both box.
Gotta keep him honest. They both
he has enough. Caleb Plant has enough to keep a guy honest. When you ever seen anybody run down on Caleb Plant?
Never. And
that's the same thing with Devin Haney. You've never seen anybody run down on Caleb Plant.
But what was it? Like Paul, dude, if you seen the Sam Eggington fight, dude, Sam Eggington put his hands down, dude, and let Paulie hit him with like 12 shots, dude, and he just laughed.
But the thing about it, Paulie ain't had no power when he was young. So just imagine he got older, he really ain't had no power.
I just thought it was funny because the dude literally put his hands down. Paulie thought he heard him, dude, and then Paulie just went off, dude, and threw everything that he could have possibly thrown and land, dude. And the guy was just like laughing at him and then knocked him out with a body shot.
Yeah, and that's the thing. Like Paulie just listen, man. He talked his way into a lot of paydays, man. I respect it. I respect it a lot.
I do like Paulie though. I follow him, dude. I respect him, and honestly, he's probably one of my favorite guys that speaks on boxing.
Yeah, Paulie is very knowledgeable, and a lot of people don't give him credit because they just don't like Paulie. But he's one of the best at actually breaking down a fight, like commentating. He's one of the best at breaking down a fight.
I actually, when he was commentating on Benavidez on Showtime, dude, I actually enjoyed listening to what he had to say, like a lot. And yeah, I know he had some controversy and stuff like that, but outside of that,
the thing is, like, yeah, he had some controversial comments. Yeah, cool. But the thing is, like, the problem I be having with that is, like, you can have a controversial comment and people don't want to have a discussion about it. Like, they just want to be like, they just want to,
he's wrong.
Just down. Yeah, like they want to say that he's wrong, but then they want to just down him as well.
Too. They take it completely out of context.
Yeah, people just don't want to have people just don't want to have like positive conversations anymore, like constructive conversations anymore. Like you can literally not have different opinions and literally have a solid conversation about the topic. Like you might end up learning something. You still may end up at the end of the day, you're like, man, I don't know what he's talking about. But you may learn something, but people don't want to have that discussion. It's like if you say something, that's kind of like 9 out of 10 people probably not gonna want to have a conversation with Kanye West. But if you have a conversation with Kanye West, you may come out of it still thinking he crazy, but you might learn something.
Yep.
You know
I
what
agree.
I'm saying?
I 100%
So
agree.
you might learn something because a lot as crazy as he is, some of the stuff that he does say is true, but he's just a walking contradiction. That's where that's where he gets into his problems. Like he'll complain about music contracts, but he owed one of his rappers like $8 million. Like you know what I'm saying? Or he'll talk about people taking advantage of black people, but your sneakers cost like $400 or $500. Like you understand what I'm saying? Like he's a walking contradiction. Like he's a walking contradiction. You know what I'm saying? So when you are making good points, it don't matter.
Yeah. But hey, but y'all talking about Paulie. That reminds me of McKinson. Like, he only had like 2 knockouts, but he did one hell of a job against Virgil Ortiz.
Oh, bro, that was serious.
But the thing is, like, when you look at a guy's knockouts, you really have to watch them fight. Mm-hmm. So when he fought Congo, and Shane and I was very high on Congo, and McKinson knocked Congo down. Well, I ain't go that far, but I did feel like he was the best. I did feel like he was the best. I felt like he was one of the best welterweights in the UK, though, for sure. But the thing about it is he got a flash knockdown against Congo in the first round. And the thing about McKinson is McKinson's style is so awkward, even though he doesn't really show power. You can't really run down on him because his style is so awkward. So Virgil Ortiz spent the majority of that fight really trying to figure his rhythm out.
Yeah.
And credit to Ortiz for getting through that fight, because that's not
it wasn't an easy fight for him.
That's not an easy fight for him because it's hard to tell a power guy to manage your punches in terms of how you throw them. So Virgil Ortiz really couldn't throw no more than 2s or 3s without thinking about where his feet is or what does he have to do defensively. You understand what I'm saying? Yeah. So he had to think his way through a fight. To tell a power puncher they got to think their way through a fight. It's like that's a difficult thing, but that just goes to show that Virgil Ortiz has layers to his game.
Speaking of Ortiz, he hasn't fought in a while. His activity is on par with PBC.
I agree. And the thing is, I think Virgil Ortiz is going to be at 154 before you know it.
Yeah, but I know before he fought,
he struggles to make 47.
He was coming off an illness or something like that.
Yeah, he struggles to make 50. He struggles to make 47.
And he used to make 140, dude. He started his career at 140, and immediately after he struggled to make 147. But I'm a big fan of Ortiz, but they're barely having him fight. I know he was like
I'm not gonna lie, yo. If I'm Oscar De La Hoya, if Spence doesn't get the Crawford fight, I would send him over.
Hey, wait, let me ask you this, man, because I just saw that it was ordered for him and Stan Jonas to fight, and I want to ask you too about Boots, because I see Boots is going to be fighting on Tank's undercard. So I was thinking it would probably been Boots and Stan Jonas, but now I'm hearing that Stan Jonas and Virgil Ortiz just got ordered. But just because it's ordered, does that really mean it's going to happen, though?
The biggest travesty this year was Boots fighting only once. That was the biggest travesty, in my opinion.
Man.
Hey, Chris, get used to it.
And dude, it's like he doesn't even demand a big purse, so I don't understand why they can't fit him in undercards.
I was just talking to might have been like 2 shows ago. I was talking to Whyte something about that, and the thing about it, that's probably the one mistake that Showtime has made. The fact that Showtime hasn't had Boots on as a main event is criminal. It's criminal.
I think just to keep him active, to give him at least co-main, like the second to last fight.
No, that's the thing. Like he gets co-mains. He's been getting co-mains for the past like 2 years. He's been getting co-mains for the past 2 years. He's been He's been a co-main on the last couple, Clarissa Shields cards before she went unifying.
Do y'all have any idea what his opponent's gonna be?
What his what opponent?
Yeah, that's what I was gonna ask.
Not yet, but trust me, I'll be the first person to know. Will they? So I can debunk a couple of them. It's not Rashidi Ellis. Rashidi turned down the fight. I can't tell you that. I don't think it's Stan Jonas either. They're trying to find an opponent.
So
ain't nobody waving their hands like, yo, I want to fight Boots. So it's kind of difficult.
Yeah, but man, I appreciate both of you guys coming on, man. Appreciate both of you,
man.
Yeah.
Hey man, no problem, man. Man, we still got another fight to go. They said Zach Parker broke his hand.
You said Parker?
He broke his what?
Zach Parker broke his hand.
Okay.
Yeah.
So that's what happened to him. What? Oh, okay.
Yeah.
But the thing is, the fourth round, right?
Yeah, but I ain't gonna lie, bro. He got to continue to fight with that, bro. There's plenty of guys in the sport throughout boxing history that's broken their hand and they continue to fight. Arturo Gatti, he broke his hand, continued to fight. I mean, hell, Gary Russell had a whole broken shoulder and fought the whole fight. And I know guys' thresholds, everybody threshold not the same, but no, when you got a possible Canelo fight on the line, no, you gotta keep going. You gotta keep going.
Bro.
Even if he gotta turn southpaw, and nah.
But who surprised me when they kept fighting Battle Jack when he had that crazy cut on his head, man.
I was gonna
this is why I be saying
the hell in the middle of his forehead, dude.
He had a Jesus cross. He had a Jesus cross on his forehead, bro. Like somebody just inputted a Jesus cross on his forehead, man. That joint was just bleeding. But that's what I'm saying. Like everybody, I was having this conversation with Vlog, bro. Like he was saying, like the doctor should have more say on whether a fight should be stopped or not. And I'm like, hell no, because I'm like Tyson Fury when he had his cut against Wallen, that should have been stopped. The Badu Jack joint, that should have been stopped. Like.
Do you know that would make more room for corruption too? They can be like
absolutely. That's what I told Vlog. That's what I told him. I said, bro, they'll get Dr. Oz from 57th Street to come down to the arena, man, and be like, yo, we got 50 grand on this fighter, man. Just go up to the apron and stop the fight.
He'll be like, oh, he's got a little cut on his cheek, dude. Stop the fight.
Yeah, be like, listen, he got a razor bump underneath his chin, man. Stop this fight, man. Go collect that at the window. Like it'd be the corruption would be crazy. Like dude, the corruption would be crazy,
dude. Oh my god, dude. Freaking Dr. Quack is good.
Yeah, it'll get real crazy. I might throw a DR in front of my name. You might see me on ringside stopping a fight or two for the right price. You know what I'm saying? For sure. They be like, when G5 become a doctor, I'll be up there with a lab coat on and all that. I'll be like, hold up, lay this shit off, man. I'll be like, Legend, go to the window, go collect that bread, man. Meet me back at the room and shit, man, so we can split that. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
for sure.
But yeah, man, I'm definitely gonna try to be in the building for the Tank fight, man. I'm gonna definitely try to be in the building. I checked the tickets. The tickets crazy high, man.
What they looking like?
Like I'm telling you, like the 150, 100, 150 joints are way in the back. Like that decent seats in here, like 300. It's huge.
How's the arena? The arena's huge.
Yeah, from the pictures I've seen, it's big inside there.
Show me the picture. They were horrible, dude. 150 for horrible seats. Better not even going.
Bro, the thing is, like, is it one of them arenas where is like some good seats, like like the visuals? Is it good seats in that arena? Because you know how some arenas, like every seat is pretty much a good seat in the house.
Yeah, like
I don't think that one is. I did.
You don't think that one is?
Nah, because I went to I went to Tank and the Nunes fight, and that was at the Royal Farms Arena. And to be honest, man, I didn't like my seats.
You know,
I didn't like mine, man.
my seat.
It was nice view and everything, but like far as like looking at the ring, I'm sitting here looking this way at the ring. I just didn't like it, man.
The,
You know,
the,
so
the,
of course they got the big screens and all that, but I didn't like my
But
seats. To be
you want to
honest.
see the actual ring, like
Yeah.
the ones in Arizona and the Phoenix Suns Arena, dude, like it looked like every seat was pretty good. Like even if you got up all the way up there, you'd be able to see everything pretty good. Even when I walked in, it was a pretty good view of the fight. Like at the very top, it was pretty good view. So I think it really depends on the arena. But dude, Benavides tickets for $300 for front row, dude. At the very front, dude.
That's
what I'm looking to get, man. These tickets that I'm checking out, they like $300, and it ain't close.
Yeah,
ain't close.
Yeah, man. Whyte son was like, bro. He's like, I'm booking my room and all that now. I'm like, bro, you gonna get credentials for that fight, man? I said I ain't getting no credentials, and I'm too controversial. I said I ain't getting no credentials for that fight. I'm gonna have to pay to get in the door. You know what I'm saying?
You're gonna have to pay double to get in the door.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to pay double, man. They not giving me no credentials.
They're gonna pay you to leave, dude.
Yeah, like they not gonna give me no credentials. It's just I'm too real. I'm too raw. Like I don't, because I don't get nobody no pass. Like so you take like a YSM and guys like that, they're more what do I want to call it? They're more 50-50 like on camera. Like I know what they say off camera, but on camera they're not as controversial as I am. Like I don't give a damn. Right. Yeah, I don't give a damn. Like you listen to my podcast versus a lot of other people's podcasts. I probably take shots at everybody. Bro, if you deserve it. Like, you know what I'm saying? I don't have no picks. If it's top ranked, they need to get the shots. I'm sending them. I send them wherever they need to go.
You're basically saying that G5 Jeff TV isn't for someone who's in their feelings.
Nah, even that, or if you think that I need to be playing the side of the street, you know what I'm saying? Like I had a dude DM me this morning. He was mad that I said the statement of it was yesterday. He was mad that I said that Al Heyman was wrong for paying his fighters in installments. And I just kindly responded to him, and I said, when you go to work and you work 40 hours a week and you get paid every other week, are they going to give you your bi-weekly paycheck in installments?
Nope.
So I asked him, I said, no, like you work 80 hours or whatever you worked at a certain amount per hour, you are expecting your entire pay at the end of the pay period when it comes payday. I'm like,
and if you ain't getting it, you ain't showing up. Why
is Al Heyman allowed to withhold people's checks and pay in installments? I said the government don't even do that.
I'm just saying, like if De La Hoya or Eddie Hearn or more specifically what's his name?
Bob
Arum. If they were doing that, they would be saying they're fucking terrible people.
Bro, I just said that on camera yesterday, and that's why the dude sent me a DM. I literally was like, yo, Al Heyman, if Al Heyman has a black fighter and he paid and that black fighter made $500,000, Al Heyman's gonna try to pay that guy $100,000 for the next 5 years, talking about he's trying to keep him financially, responsible and things like that. I said Bob Arum can't get away with that. Like if Bob Arum was to do that to a black fighter, they would sue him. They'll sue him for being a racist or something. They won't look at it like financial empowerment and all this and all that. Like, no, like if I make $500,000 for a fight, I want my 500,000, and I want to make the decision whether I'm going to pay myself 100,000 a year for the next 5 years. And I'm like, and I told the guy in the DM, I said, you're allowing him to get away with that because he's black. I'm like, you're looking at it like, oh, it's financial empowerment. I said, actually, he's making interest off their money. He's making interest off their money, and he's making other moves. So if Legend does something for me, and I'm paying Legend $500,000, right? And I'm like, all right, Legend, listen, I'm gonna give you 250,000 this year, and I'm gonna give you 250,000 next year. He might be like, all right, cool. But somebody that's really thinking, I'm really paying Legend 250,000, and I'm about to try to flip that other 250,000 and make that about 750. Give him his 250. I done made 500 off his 250. It's no different than when you put money in the bank. You put money in the bank, right? They pay you 0.002% in terms of interest.
I get $4 off that junk, dude.
Yeah, but when you take a loan out, they charge you 12%, 13%.
Hell yeah.
You understand what I'm saying? So they playing
Yeah.
with your money. That's why I'm like, that's what I'm telling bro. I said, yo, I'm like, this is not a black and white thing. I'm like, this is a right and wrong thing. I'm like, if you made 500,000 for a fight, you should have the option on how you distribute your money. Yeah, I mean, if somebody want to waste it, unfortunately, that's on them. You know what I'm saying?
Is that in the contract though?
No, that's something that Al Heyman does. That's just
just
something that Al
that,
Heyman does. And the thing is, Floyd Mayweather's on camera saying that he's still getting checks from old fights.
You know, dude, Al Heyman's contract is written in pencil.
It's not even that. Like, it's just with Al Heyman's contracts, like they're really when you're an advisor, you don't have a lot of legal obligations. So like when you're a manager, like if let's say Legend is managing a fighter where he's at, and it's in the contract that he's going to get his guy 10 fights. If it's 3 years down the line, he only got his guy one fight, his fighter can actually sue him for not getting him the amount of fights that he got him in his contract. You know what I'm saying? But when you're an advisor, you don't have those obligations. You can't be taken to court for that.
He's an advisor that you can't say no to.
You can't get it actually he's taking the music, and people think it's like a genius move, and I'm like, no, like he's literally taking the 360 deal from the music industry and just applied it to boxing. That's all he's done. Like he came from the music industry. Like this is a 360 deal in music. The label makes money off of absolutely everything. You know what I'm saying? He's making money off of absolutely everything. You know what I mean? And he's doing the same thing with boxing.
Yeah, on paper, it looks like a loss, but it's really not.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like that's why I'm like, Al Heyman. Listen, I got a lot of respect for Al Heyman. Like he's a goddamn genius. Like even when Floyd had the deal for what was it, 6 fights,
Showtime,
250 million, yeah, Showtime deal. Really? I'm like, he's sitting there, and I'm like, he's literally hold on a second, y'all.
Yeah, but see, hey, Chris G. So they always say Al acts as a manager, a promoter, and an advisor. It's like he has all those different titles.
Yeah, he's literally he uses advisor to get around the Muhammad Ali Act. I think that's what it is. And he basically, I think in the end, he's an advisor that you can't say no to as advice, basically.
Because I know he was sued. He would Oscar De La Hoya try to sue him or something, saying he was violating the Ali Act.
He is, but the reason why he can get away with it is because of how it's worded. He's like, "Oh, I'm not a promoter or a manager. I'm just an advisor that you can't say no to."
He got a genius of a plan, bro. Like he got a genius of a plan. It's really nothing nobody can do. Like it's just if you're comfortable with it as a fighter, then cool. But name a guy that's making a top level purse that fights more than once a year. And people wonder, and this is the problem that I have with people when it comes down, because people change the goalposts when it comes down to Al Heyman and PBC fighters and things like that. They'll say, oh, well, they making twice as much money as top ranked guys and this, that, and the third. And I'm like, what industry do you know where a guy can show up one time and he becomes a superstar? I'm like, part of building a star is because you constantly see that person on camera. Like Gary Russell never became a star because you've seen him once every year and a half. You understand what I'm saying? How do you build on a guy? How do you build on a brand when you literally only see them do their job once in a year and a half? And you wonder why you don't have any stars.
Like you said, PBC is just out of slots. So
Yeah,
they
they're
can't
out
they
of
can't
slots.
they can't fight enough. Yeah,
They can't fight enough, and that's the problem. Like they can't fight enough, and then that's like Al Heyman basically spoils all his fighters with the checks. So when you got a like a RDR card or something like that, you can't get a PBC guy that hasn't fought in a year and a half to go on a card like that just to stay busy because they don't like them. They don't like them checks.
yeah.
You feel what I'm saying? They don't like them checks, so they'll rather sit and wait for a date from Al to get one of their regular checks than for them to go on a lower level card just to stay busy and to continue to, you know what I'm saying,
So you mean to
build their
tell
brand and
me they're
develop.
too good?
Hmm?
That means I think they're kind of full of themselves a little bit when they think that way. Oh, I can't. Oh, I'm too good to be on an undercard. I'm too good to be a co-main.
But the thing is, it's not even that. It's really the pay.
Oh.
It's really the pay. When you get on these lower cards, like it's just a certain amount of pay that you're gonna get, and it's not that much. And these guys, once you start sniffing that Al Heyman money, they don't want to go back. They don't want to go back, and that's the problem. So it's like now you got a Boots Ennis. Boots Ennis should be fighting like 3 times a year. Like he should be fighting at least 3 times a year. He's only going to be fighting once for the next like 5 years. He's what 25 right now. He's going to fight no more than 5 times by the time he's 30. How are you going to build him into a superstar when you only going to see him 5 times in the next 5 years? How do you build a superstar like that? The reason why you seen Floyd become a superstar, and this is the thing that people don't understand. You seen him on 24/7. You seen him actually fight. You seen him in the rap industry. You seen him on social media. You seen him doing interviews. You seen him all
WWE.
over the place.
All
WWE,
access, yeah,
all
access.
access. You seen him all over the place. He built himself into a superstar because you always seen him. No matter what, you always seen him. These
Yeah.
guys fight
He was
2
even on
times.
Dancing with the Stars.
Dancing with the Stars. He's done 2, like when you doing 2 fights in 3 years and you got no social media movement, then you know what I'm saying? And then you like, well, why am I not a star? You understand what I'm saying? Ryan Garcia hasn't won a legit world title. He has not won a legit world title, but he got a Gatorade deal. You understand what I'm saying? I think he got a deal with a vehicle as well. You know what I'm saying? So he's taking advantage of these things. So think about it this way, right? Think about it this way, right? Who's the better fighter, Jake Paul or Sean Porter?
Sean Porter.
Right. But if you go to Ohio, who's selling out?
Jake Paul.
Exactly. It ain't all about the skill and what you can do inside of the ring. Sean Porter has never headlined and sold out an arena by himself. Not one time. He ain't did it in Vegas. He ain't did it in Ohio. If you think about it, Sean has never had a home game. He's never had a home game. Like where all of his people came and sold the joint out. So when Spence was like, yo, he can't sell out a family barbecue, that's what he was talking about. That's what he was talking about. You understand what I'm saying? It's just the PBC guy, like it's just you could be with Top Rank and you getting paid a lower amount, but you're getting more opportunities. Like you're getting more opportunities to build your brand. But then with PBC, you might get paid with Top Rank guys getting paid the 2 to 3 fights. PBC might be getting paid in 1 fight. But the thing is, you only see them every once in a while. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like you only see them every once in a while. And that's the battle. Like that's the battle. Like PBC guys need to be fighting at least twice a year, 2 to 3 times a year. And a lot of them Top Rank guys are fighting 3 times a year, 4 times a year. Like Navarrete. Navarrete, he usually fights like 4 times a year.
I remember that one year he fought 5 times.
Like them guys is fighting between 3 to 5 times a year. Like they keeping their guys active. But even Shakur's busy for the most part.
2-3 times, I think.
Yeah, Shakur is pretty busy for the most part, but name a PBC guy that got a high guaranteed number that's actually busy.
Bro, Andy Ruiz fights once every 2 years, dude. Once he got the taste of freaking AJ money, dude.
It's just and listen, and it's just facts. It's not. I'm not coming at PBC or anything like that. I love PBC because they
Yo,
bring in boxing.
actually, I gotta go, guys. It was
Go ahead,
really
go ahead, do your thing. Go ahead, do your
Yeah.
thing, bro. I don't know if you're getting ready to roll, legend, but
I
okay.
was going to close it out eventually. Yeah.
Okay, no, that's
Yeah.
cool, man.
I'm
Chris,
sorry, but I didn't even interrupt you guys. I'm so sorry,
no,
guys.
no, you good, man. Chris,
Yeah.
good talking to you, bro.
All right,
Yeah.
it was amazing live, dude. I want to do this again later. All right.
No, that's cool.
All right. You guys have a good one. All right.
All right, Chris.
Yeah. But yeah, man, I didn't think he was gonna come on. He told me he
I
was.
was surprised. Yeah, I was surprised he was on here, man.
Yeah. We were talking for a while. He said, I've been trying to get him come on, man.
Yeah, he be shy with me though. He
Yeah. He told me the same thing, but I told him, man, just when he just there, man. We just keep doing it. I can eventually get him on camera. You know what I'm saying? And then we can start doing some episodes for sure.
Yeah, that's a fact, bro.
Yeah, but hey, man, I learned something from you, man, because I really learned something on the last episode because I was always just hearing how guys never say anything bad about Heyman, but what you telling me, if you speak bad about Heyman, your career gonna change.
Bro.
See, I never looked at it like that. I was just thinking maybe guys don't say nothing bad about him because he's that good of a promoter, or he's doing right with the pays. But when if you say something,
I gotta tell you this. I gotta tell you this story off camera. Maybe if you call me in like an hour, it's a dude. I gotta tell you this story, bro. It's a dude that Al had really. I'm gonna say derailed his career over an argument. Over an argument that they had, man. And it's and the same thing I told you, I told Whyte the same exact thing, and he thought I was frauding.
Mm-hmm.
And he actually went to a fight, and he wanted to go to this fight. I think it was in Atlantic City.
Okay.
And matter of fact, it was the Gary Russell McSire fight. I think that was in Jersey, right?
Yeah, see, when I came on, the very first one you invited me on, you had YSM on that one too. And if I'm not mistaken, I know y'all were talking about he was there too. So I didn't know him at the time. Yeah, that was my first time coming on with you. And he was like, yo, he asked me, he was like, yo, you live in Philly? I was like, nah, I'm in Maryland. He's like, you drove over there? Yeah, I was like, yeah, man, I've been driving in Atlantic City for fight.
That same night, he had a conversation with somebody and confirmed everything that I said. He called me. He was like, bro, you was right. He's like, I thought you was capping, but you was right. Al Heyman, Al different, bro. Al is definitely different, man. You can't just be running around say whatever you want to Al, for sure.
Yeah, so when I was telling you, when Amir fought Gerald Washington, Paulie was after the fight was over, they got a draw. Paulie was actually the commentator for that fight, and he was talking to Amir, about the results and everything. And Amir was like, I know what it was. This is an Al Heyman guy or something like that. And then I was talking with a guy. He was like, ever since he said that, he's been getting low ball offers, to fight some of those PBC guys. Because I heard he got a low ball offer when he fought Dominic Brazil. He should have got a lot more than what he did.
Yeah, and that's the problem I be having with people. People, you talk about Al and I'm like, yo, you don't get to that level playing nice, playing fair. Right. You don't get to that level playing fair and playing nice. So I'm like, it's people call it, being a savvy businessman. Some people call it being shrewd, however you want to look at it. But no, it's a lot of situations where, he's burned a lot of bridges. You know what I'm saying? He's burned a lot of bridges with networks. And the reason why he hasn't burned no bridges with no fighters is because they can't burn the bridge with him. Yeah. Contract wise, they can't burn the bridge with him. You know what I'm saying? And if you do, you're gonna be on the shelf. But I'm like, that's the same thing Bob Arum does. But Bob Arum gets a lot of criticism for it though.
Okay.
They all operate the same. Eddie Hearn operates the same. Bob operates the same. Al operates the same. They all operate the same. The only difference is Al is black.
Right. Yeah, and I'm gonna say like when he first, like I said, when he first came out with PBC and everything, like I said, 2015 or whatever, 2016, like everybody was just saying, man, this guy trying to monopolize the sport, man. Like he was trying, he was trying to take over all the networks. You know what I'm saying? Like he said, now here we are, and then he ain't got no networks.
That's what I'm saying. Like it's like his people act like his business model's been the same from the jump. And I'm like, when PBC first started, and like Whyte tell me all the time, PBC is a TV show. In a sense, it is a TV show, but there's a lot behind that TV show. So they were showing everything for free because they was trying to get Canelo out of the way. Right. Like, let's just keep it real. Like he was on, this was pre the Zone when they came out, and they was putting everything on for free because they was trying to get rid of the pay-per-view model. Once Canelo signed with the Zone, and that didn't work for them anymore, they was basically giving away free product that was worth $100. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. They was giving away free product. They had to change it to pay-per-views because they couldn't pay all of these guys out. Once they ran out of that Waddell and Reed money, they had to start putting on pay-per-views because that was their pot. You know what I'm saying? When they first came out, that Waddell and Reed money, like that fund money, like they was running through it. Like with HBO, they literally paid Gary Russell for a main event, an 8-round fight, and I think he made like $1 million. For an 8-round fight. Like they really was running through that money, and then after a while it kind of caught up with them, and then before you knew it, HBO, burn bridge, Spike, burn bridge, bounce, burn bridge. You know what I'm saying? He had a rocky road with Showtime. They was going back and forth. The Fox deal is kind of specific, like they're not really like full-time. Like you got to really like pay for some of them slots. NBC, it was a situation like, you know what I mean? Like, so he's burnt a lot of network bridges. So within the next 12 to 24 months, you really got to ask the question, how many of his fighters is actually active? Right. And then a lot of his fighters has high guarantees that shouldn't have it. Like Laura has a high guarantee, shouldn't have it. Luis Ortiz got a high guarantee, shouldn't have it. Wilder's guarantee is probably anywhere between $10 to $20 million. There's no way he made that against Hellenius. Like, you understand what I'm saying? Like, so it's like they making moves. Don't get me wrong. Like PBC always gonna make moves, but at the end of the day, there's a lot of guys that signed on PBC that are not being active, and nobody's talking about it because he don't have the slots. Right, he don't have the slots. Even his main guys are not active. Like Danny fights every once in a while. Keith fights every once in a while. Boots fights every once in a while. Like, you know what I mean? All the guys fight every once in a while, but I'm like, you have to keep them active in order to develop them into stars. That's why they don't have no young stars. Like, they don't have like people. They keep Vito Milnicki busy, but people just don't believe in him. Joey Spencer, they keep him busy, but they don't believe in him. They're probably the biggest guy that could probably become a star that they've actually developed and kept him busy is probably Fundora. Yeah. And it's not even because of anything that they did. It's just because of his physical stature.
Yeah, in fact, the height, the reach, yeah.
Yeah, like, you know what I mean? Like, he's something that people haven't seen. Like, he looked like he teach math. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, he looked like he teach like middle school math. Like, but he go in there and whip your ass. Like, you know what I'm saying? So, I don't know, bro.
Yeah. Yeah, let me just run through these comments. I know these are old, but Von Camper, hey Ty, says Hall's Barbecue got to be on his A game. I don't know who he's talking about.
I don't know what that next one is. I
don't know. I saw that too.
I'm like,
he's probably talking about like far as like training and stuff. Like, I guess like that does it.
So basically, it depends on what weight you're at when you start your camp. Like, at the start of camp, what kind of camp you're gonna have to have. So if you're 25 to 30 pounds overweight, then you pretty much gonna have a fat camp. You know what I'm saying? If you like 15 to 20 overweight, you can have a traditional camp where you actually cutting the weight, but then you actually working on things too. And and guys are not on diets for like 10 weeks. It don't
Right.
work like that. Like they're
Yeah.
literally cutting weight over maybe a couple weeks span. The pros really cut a lot of weight within a couple days, and they're cutting a lot of water weight and things like that. They'll diet down. So for example, right? Say if a guy is 20 pounds over going into a camp,
Mm,
they may diet their way down to maybe 12 pounds.
mm,
Like they might diet they weigh 12 pounds. So instead of being 20 pounds over, they 8 pounds over. And then the rest of it will just be water weight.
mm.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Because when you weigh in, you only got to be that weight for a couple seconds.
Right.
That's the thing people don't realize. Like you only got to be that weight for a couple seconds, and then you
Yeah.
can immediately put it back on. So when you see guys, they 20, 25 pounds heavier the next night,
Mm,
they've literally drained 20 to 25 pounds worth of like water weight. A lot of it is water weight. So when you see them, they grab the Pedialyte and things like that, is putting the water back into the system. You
yeah.
know what I'm saying? So
Yeah. So I know like Danny Jacobs. I think there was a controversy with him when he fought Triple G. Like something I can't remember if he didn't show up to the weigh-in or I don't know, man. But I just remember they
yeah,
said when he showed up for fight night, he was a lot bigger than what he was supposed to be or something like that. I can't remember, but I just remember
yeah,
there being some controversy with Danny Jacobs when he was going into that Triple G fight.
yeah. So he basically so what happened was the IBF belt was on the line. So it was more than one belt that was on the line.
Okay,
So basically, with the IBF, you have to weigh in the morning of the fight, and you can't be no more than 10 pounds of the contracted weight the next morning because it was multiple belts on the line. Um, Danny Jacobs didn't show up for that one, so he couldn't win that belt. So he just
gotcha,
decided to skip that and actually come in weighing what he wanted to weigh. And he came in heavy, heavy. So he came
gotcha.
in, I think he came in maybe like 180 something. So he
Yeah,
gained about 20 something pounds. But the thing is, he did the same thing with Canelo. So there was a weight clause in the Canelo fight, and he bypassed the weight clause in the Canelo fight. Now he had to pay Canelo like $1 million.
wow,
Um,
yeah,
because they was like, yo, if you don't come in under this weight on the morning of the fight, then it's $1 million penalty. But he made like 10, $15 million. So
yeah,
he bypassed that and came in weighing what he wanted to weigh. So
yeah,
that's what I'm saying. Like they have these clauses, but if your purse is high enough and you're willing to pay if you really think you're gonna win the fight,
yeah. So
that's what
do
guys
you,
doing.
yeah, do you think maybe those big paydays with Canelo and Triple G, and the fact that he didn't win them could have kind of made him go down a little bit, like because I felt he lost to Rashad. Me personally, I felt he beat Triple G, even though
Yeah,
Triple G got a
I
knockdown.
I thought he beat Triple G. I thought he lost to Rosado, and I thought he
Yep.
beat Ryder. I
Mhm.
thought he beat John Ryder too.
Yeah.
Like it's just Danny Jacobs is a guy. He's kind of like he's really hard to figure out
Mhm.
because I feel like he should be bigger than what he is
Yeah.
in terms of like popularity, stardom. I
Yeah. And
really
he
feel
got the
like
cancer story too. So
he got the cancer story. I'm like he had the huge Peter Quillen win back in the day. He ended up getting the Triple G fight. He fought hard in that fight, and it just seemed like he just never capitalized on the stardom. But I think a lot of that is because the only time they feature Danny Jacobs is when he getting ready to fight. And I'm like, when you're dealing with a guy like that, you really have to showcase him on all levels.
yeah.
So a social media presence would have been really important. Him getting into other aspects where he's on camera will, help
Mhm.
him develop. I just think people only seen him for those couple of weeks or whatever before fight night, and then he's kind of just in the abyss. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? PBC has plenty of guys that could be stars. You know what I'm saying? But they don't develop. They don't develop guys. Guys kind of just come in and they
Yeah.
are who they are. Like Tank,
Yeah.
Spence, like they did that
Yeah.
on their own. It's not anything
Yeah.
PBC did. Like they created
Yeah.
themselves.
Yeah. But yeah, for Danny, but yeah, as far as Danny Jacobs, man, I know, but after the Triple G fight, he was like, he felt they lost because they trying to build it up with Triple G and Canelo.
Yeah, that's
Yeah,
exactly what happened. That's exactly what
that's
happened. Like they
yep,
going into that fight, you knew what it was. Like it was just
yep,
like like he was gonna have to really, he was really gonna have to put Triple G down, in order for him to get that fight, man. But
right,
once he got knocked down, I was like, "There's no way he's winning this
yeah,
fight, even
yeah,
if he deserves it.
yep.
There's no way he was getting it." So
Yeah. Yeah, and that kind of got me thinking like Marcus McDonough, like even though he had the Broner fight and the two back-to-back fights with Floyd, no, he basically disappeared. I mean, was it because he got the losses? Was it because he got the money? Because Madonna was supposed to had made it comeback and he never did.
yeah, it
Yeah.
was it was
I
that
remember
it
like
was
I
that
remember seeing
money.
it on TV.
Yo,
Madonna
he
returns or whatever, and it never came to pass. So
yeah, he took that money. People don't realize how much money he actually made, and like to us it was normal. Like for boxers that fight Floyd, they usually make between like $3 to $5 million. Like that's you got a few exceptions. You got the Cottos, you got the Canelos, things like that. But the basic guys like the Chino Maidanas, the Robert Guerreros, the Bertos, they make between $3 to $5 million. Floyd be like, yo, take this 3 to 5 million. You get no back end money, take it or leave it. There's really no negotiation. You know what I'm saying?
yeah,
And the thing is with Maidana, how much money that is in his home country. That money is about 4 times as much as it is in his home country than it is the States. So if he made $4 or $5 million, it's probably worth like 12 to 15 where he's at. So they said he was literally living like a king.
yeah,
You know what I'm saying, with that money. So
yeah,
he just took that money, took it back to his home country, and
right,
he was
yeah,
the man out there. But you seen
yeah.
he was like almost 300
Yeah,
pounds.
yeah, he gained a lot of weight. Yeah, I seen the
Yeah,
yeah, I seen the pictures of
it's a
him.
lot of
Like,
New York strips, man. The
yeah,
T-bones, man.
yeah,
Like
yeah,
he was
yeah,
definitely getting busy for
yeah,
sure.
yeah, yeah. That kind of reminds me of Ruiz too. Cause I know the guy Mark Nash came on your joint. And you was talking like Ruiz. Like once he won that championship from AJ, like he went into party mode. You know what I'm
Yeah, and
saying?
that's
You
the
still you
thing.
still got to conduct yourself like a champion, but he went in
Yeah,
straight party mode, man. And
that's
that
the thing. Like he went into party mode, and that's not the first time that's happened in boxing history. Like
right,
when
true,
when
true.
Duran beat Sugar Ray,
Mhm.
he went on a whole party. And the thing is, Sugar Ray and them knew it. So they said, yo, even though he lost, he still controlled the negotiation. So he was like, yo, if you want this rematch, we going to do it. And we got to do it within the next 6 months. We got to do it right now. So, of course, he signed up for it. But they was like, Duran had to lose like almost 50 pounds to get down
Wow.
the weight. You know what I'm saying? Like, so when you seen what Sugar Ray did to Duran, like,
Mhm.
there's a whole backstory behind that. Like even with like take like a Corrales and Floyd. The reason why Floyd was knocking him down so many times is because and it's not Floyd's fault, and neither was it Sugar Ray's. You're just taking advantage of the situation. But with Corrales, he had to lose like 35, 40 pounds. Back
Wow.
then, that's a lot of weight to lose. You don't have the
Facts.
technology that you do
Facts.
now. Then
Yeah.
back then, like them dudes that they had to lose weight, they just threw a bunch of clothes on and started running. They
Right.
ain't know you ain't you watch them old fights. You ain't see none of them dudes with no Pedialyte after they
Yeah.
weigh in back in the
Right.
'90s. You know
Right.
what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That's a new age thing. You know
Yeah.
what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah. So yeah, like I said, man, I'm definitely gonna try to pull up to that Tank fight, man. I got like do some more searching on those tickets, but yeah, like I said, man, those 150 joints way in the back. You know what I mean? I'm not trying to go
Um,
to a fight like that caliber to have a
yeah,
bad experience.
I'm
You know what I'm saying?
cool.
Yeah.
I'm cool. Like I literally I know a lot of dudes won't pull up.
Mm.
I'm like, man, I'd rather get a darn Airbnb or something, and we all
Yeah.
just watch the fight together and shit and record
Yeah.
that shit.
Right.
That
Right.
should be fucking dope. Like, you know what I'm
Yeah.
saying?
Yeah.
But I'm not paying no $400 or $500. I'd
Yeah.
rather save that money and go to the darn Ryan Garcia fight.
Yeah, true,
If I'm gonna
true.
do all that, like I'm not paying $400 or $500 to go see Hector Garcia, bro.
Yeah, they said, man, that fight shouldn't be on pay-per-view. And I wonder if that got an effect on those tickets, man. The fact that it's pay-per-view. Because I
That's what I
said I went to
said.
the tank. I went to, like I said, I went to the tank fight, in Baltimore, and I mean, tickets weren't like from where I sat. The tickets weren't that bad for the price. I just didn't
That's
like
what I'm
where my seat
saying.
was, though. Yeah,
Yeah, that's the thing. Like it's difficult, man, because it's like once it's on pay-per-view, it's a money grab. So
that's
everything is gonna get spiked up. And then with
yeah,
Boots on the card, you're going to pay him too.
yep,
You know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah,
so it's just they just not gonna get it from me. I'm gonna pay for it because of Boots.
mm-hmm.
I'm gonna pay for it because of Boots, but I'm not paying no 400 or 500 to be in the building for a seat
Yeah,
that I don't like, and I'm going to
facts,
see Hector Garcia.
facts,
No,
yeah, facts, yeah,
no.
facts, man. Yeah, I got to debate what I want to do about it. So,
I don't
yeah,
know what you
man.
got about it.
Yeah, man. Like I said, man, appreciate you coming on. You gonna
Hey
watch the
man,
Pro Grace fight?
yeah. We're
Yeah,
definitely gonna watch that.
yeah. Before we end this, I was reading the guy. He's the right for fight hype, and because Pro Grace is from New Orleans, and I
Mm-hmm.
was remember one time I can't remember which fight it was, but he was saying how Pro Grace want to fight, and he was at a restaurant somewhere in New Orleans, and like nobody knew who he was, and he said that was just he just felt so bad for Pro Grace. Like, I mean, this guy just want to fight. He's in his hometown. He's in a restaurant enjoying himself. Like nobody was coming to him saying congrats, congrats on your victory. He said that he just felt like that was kind of messed up, man. That nobody knew who he was.
Well, it's the thing is, it's a lot of fighters. It's like that, like and Prograis does a good job actually promoting himself on social media. He does a real good job of it. The thing is, like sometimes it's a little more than that. So you don't know what he's doing in his city. You know what I mean? Like, to be honest with you, New Orleans that doesn't surprise me because New Orleans is a party town.
Gosh,
New Orleans is a party town. Like they're not really paying attention to boxing. Like boxing is not really big in New Orleans. New
yeah,
Orleans is more known for their party scene and their music. You know what I'm
right,
saying?
yeah,
They're not really known for boxing, so that really doesn't surprise me at all. Like, does because think about it. Outside of social media, where do you really see Progress?
yeah, nowhere, yeah,
You don't see him anywhere. Like he's not announcing any fights. He's just everything is social media. So if you're not on social media, which a lot of them people in New Orleans are not on social media because they either on the block doing what they doing or
that's yeah,
they partying, they're not checking for boxing. That don't surprise me. That don't
mm,
surprise me one
yeah,
bit. That don't
gotcha,
surprise me one bit. There's probably to be honest with you, there's probably people on the New Orleans Saints that
mm,
could probably go out in public and be fine. There's probably some people on that bench player that's on New Orleans,
mm,
like on the Pelicans. They can probably walk around in New Orleans and be straight. You know what I
mm,
mean? It's just because of the state
yeah,
that they're in. Like to be honest with you, Boots might walk around in some places and people don't know who Boots is. If you're not a
but
hardcore.
yeah, but Philly's a boxing town though, right?
Oh
Yeah,
no,
you
he
got a
can't.
lot of
No, he
boxing.
can't. No, he can't walk around in Philly. He can't walk
I
around in
said,
Philly without being noticed. Like, but people aren't going crazy when they see Boots. Like it's just like, oh, yo, that's Boots. Like, what's up? Like that's kind of the vibe it's on. Like he doesn't have that
gotcha,
superstar allure to him. Like you know what I'm saying. But
gotcha,
nobody
gotcha.
does. Like when Danny was at his peak, he
Mm,
didn't have that allure. Neither does Cool Boy stuff. Like everybody's like, yo, that's my guy. Like what's up? Like what's going on? Everybody's cool about it. Like chill. It's
yeah,
not like that superstar status, like where somebody might see Drake or something. Like, you know what I'm saying?
got, gotcha.
You know.
Yeah. So yeah, like I said, man, appreciate you
Hey
and Chris
man.
coming on. Like I said, this is the longest live we've done, man. I've done it 2 hours, but not past 2.5.
Yeah, bro. It's crazy, man, because we was on yesterday and I did over
Yeah,
3.
yep. So we've been
Yeah,
cooking for what
yeah,
almost 6 hours.
for sure, man. For
Yeah,
sure, man. Appreciate you having me on, man, for sure.
yeah. So who you got winning between Progress and
I think Prograis is gonna win by decision. I
okay,
think Scott put a $20 bet down that it's not going the distance. I might have to match his 20 and tell
okay,
him it's going the distance. But I think Prograis is gonna win by decision. I think I think I think both guys is gonna land something big early, and I think it's gonna get real technical towards the middle of the fight. But I like Prograis by decision though.
Okay, cool. Yeah, I'm gonna go for Prograis too, man.
Yeah, I like Zepeda though. Zepeda's a good fighter. I just don't think he could box well enough long term to get, you know what I'm saying, to beat Prograis.
I think Zepeda got the better resume too. I think
he does have a better resume.
Yeah, he's fought the better opposition.
Yeah, for sure. When the next show, bro?
I'm not sure, man. I'm not sure. Like I said, I just did 11 just before Thanksgiving, man. So I did 11 on Wednesday.
Okay. All right, keep me posted, bro. Keep me posted.
Yeah, I'll keep you posted. Yeah. So 2 hours and 35 minutes strong, man. Give me your social media.
Hey man, Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, everything G5 Jeff TV, man. Website G5JeffTV.com. Also the Goodfellas podcast, man. We're gonna be on a couple times a week, man. You can find the legend there, Shane, Boxing First Vlog, man. You know what I'm saying? We just doing what we do, bro.
That's right. You can find me on Instagram, the Legend3347. I'm on Facebook, it's Ty Finney. And you just witnessed the 4th live coverage of the English Corner podcast with your boy G5 Jeff TV and the Legend. We'll see y'all on the next one. Peace.